It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. It's 2024, and we got a bunch of guests in the house. We got a bunch of fam in the house today. It's the first episode of 2024, so we had to get a steady group, and we had to do it on Instagram Live. YouTube Live. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on the Best of Bias podcast channel right now, you're seeing us live for the first time, first of many. This is pure, raw, uncut footage of behind the scenes of how we get it done every week. So I just want to give you guys that special access. Sorry, audio listeners. I'm just trying to explain a little bit for the people that are on live. But let's get right to it. Act like we've done this before. Guests, who we got in the building today? Anybody can start first. I ain't tripping.
Ladies first.
All right.
Chelsea.
What's up, Chelsea? Welcome back. This is like your umpteenth episode. I don't know how many it's been, but you've been here quite a few times. So the family should know who you are. I'm sure they do know who you are, and I'm sure they're glad you're back. Who else we got in the building?
I'm Mike, and I like sports, and that's it.
Oh,
nah.
Mikey, the sports guy?
Yup. But it's Daymo, aka DaymoLeePov, checking in once again, popping in the Best of Bias. We in here, we having fun, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I had to take that Nuggets game off because we're losing and I'm gonna get distracted. So let me just turn it off. Maybe good things will happen. But anyways, last person. Who we got today?
Johnny back in here, you feel me?
Yeah. Back in the building. Everybody's back. Everybody knows you guys. I'm sorry. You don't have to do long introductions. But if it's your first time here, it's the Best of Bias podcast, where we kind of just talk a little bit about everything. You bring your bias, whatever you want to talk about to the table. Sports, pop culture, movies, superheroes, cooking, science, history, politics. What you want to talk? Just a tiny bit of politics, like this much though. Anything you want to talk about, bring that bias to the table and we'll talk about it. You never know what we're going to talk about. We talk about everything. We don't limit it to a niche category. We all comprehensive type of shit. But anyways, long list of stuff today, but we'll keep it nice and concise for you guys. But we'll start off like sports, like we always do. But first, let me ask you guys a question. How y'all feeling? It's New Year. How y'all feeling this New Year?
Feeling good.
Oh.
I like that one.
Yeah, anybody. Hey, Damon, let me ask you then. How you feeling this New Year? How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling refreshed, you know what I'm saying? 2023 was an interesting year.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for like new shit popping. I know everybody says that every New Year, but I'm kind of like still gonna be working the same. Just want some new shit popping,
For sure. We'll get into that in a second because we're gonna talk about some resolutions and the resolutions we hate when people make at the New Year's. That'd be hella fake. But anyways, go ahead, Chelsea. What you got? How you feeling this New Year's? Anything you do anything cool for New Year's, holidays? What was that?
It was great. Lots of time with my family, per usual. The New Year's been good so far. So
I know you cook. What'd you cook?
Friendsgiving and Friends Christmas. I did barbecue pork skewers, lumpia, crab wontons.
Oh shit.
I made a cake from scratch. We did one of those.
What kind of cake you make?
I made a yellow cake with chocolate frosting for Desiree and Arya's birthday. So
From scratch. What does that even mean? I have no idea.
That means like it ain't no box, nothing. So.
Ain't no Betty Crockers. This is real cake. You feel me? All natural.
No
J-Mac,
cake.
What's going on down there? How was your holidays? Good Christmas? Good New Year's?
Yeah, it was solid, man. Spent some time with the family and started a new job. So
okay.
It was a nice little ending to the year.
Blessings on blessings. You know what I'm saying? Everybody blessed up. Me personally, I was posted up, especially for New Year's. I was just kind of in the house getting drunk by myself, trying to try some other streams out, man. I'm starting to stream on the vids a little bit more on Twitch. Check me out.
I was there.
Dinero. I was
on
there
Twitch?
myself.
You on Twitch?
No, he wasn't on Twitch. We had a group chat going at the same time though, and me and Paul were on Twitch while I was.
No, that's what I'm saying. You was on Twitch?
Homie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just bought a PlayStation camera so they could actually fucking see me now. Last time I was trying to do it with a regular camera and I was struggling, and I didn't want to actually immerse myself in there if I didn't get that camera and actually people be actually see me and can vibe off what was going on that way. So I am going to start a little bit more. So every time y'all play, just know that we're gonna be online and people are gonna hear you. So the Best of Bias family probably get to hear you a little bit more than usual. You feel me? So that was
Hell yeah.
good. Fuck, I got this new setup now that we're less commercial breaks. We have access to live, a little bit more setup this year. Like I said, we're going to differentiate podcast types and episodes. We still got many tournaments. You guys on this podcast right now, I don't need a solid commitment, but if you guys seen those tournaments that me and Ariel did on the YouTube channel, we're gonna do all different types of tournaments this year. We're gonna do rappers, we want to do food, you want to do comic book heroes, we want to do any kind of different type of tournament we can do, but we need at least 4 people on that pod, just so we can, get different perspectives and have a odd amount of, ways that the shows and stuff move on. But anyways, today, hope you guys had a good New Year's out there as well. Time with your family, holidays, all that shit. But we're going to talk about some sports right now. Let me hop right into it. No more long talking. Did you guys watch college football this past, I would say Monday, this past week, I guess you could say. We did have a semifinal, 2 bowl games. We had Alabama versus Michigan, the number 1 seed Michigan versus number 4 seed Alabama in the was it the Sugar Bowl? No, it was the Rose Bowl. And then on the other side, we had Texas versus Washington in the what was that one? That one was the Sugar Bowl. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about who didn't make the tournament. Chelsea, let me enter you in the chat real quick right here. Ohio State. They were ranked higher than Oregon ending in the season, but they did lose in their bowl game.
How do you feel about that ranking, huh?
Yeah, okay. Ohio State, are you still big Buckeye? If you're looking at a bunch of people that are in your division now, your conference, Oregon's in that conference, Michigan's in that conference. So how's it going to be? How's it going to feel to be the little brother, the little sister, I should say, in this case? That you have your moment.
No. I mean,
plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth in that. Definitely don't feel good. We not Michigan fans out here.
I know, yeah.
I am.
Out here, but
I am.
But yeah, I won't.
You guys kind of mess us up a little bit, but
I won't press you. I won't press you too much on that. I'll get at Kevin a little bit later too, because he was talking a lot about
Ohio State fan.
Yeah, he's a big Ohio State fan. Again, before I get to you guys, I was gonna wear an Oregon jersey today, but let me briefly spit on the penultimate game. Well, actually, not the penultimate game, the final game of Bo Nix's career at Oregon. Excuse me. He ended
11 years.
Yeah, he had 6 or 5. It might have been 5. It's 5 years. He got a year back because of COVID. Everybody got a year.
Y'all had a 7-year player. I swear, I thought I read something somewhere.
Oh, it was a tight end. It was a tight end that played for hella long. He got hurt every year, so he transferred. You ended up transferring to like Ole Miss or something like that, Auburn or something like that. Now he ain't never gonna play.
That was his name.
He just trying to hold on to them last little years.
Yeah.
Missing them seasons, nigga.
Yeah.
Shit.
But anyways, Oregon ended up being the 8th seed or the 8th seed, playing against, I don't know why. It seemed like everybody else in the conference and everybody else in the bowl season played games and teams that were closer ranked to them. Like 5 and Bro, we played Liberty. Not only did they not let us play one of the hard teams that we wanted to play, they gave us the worst ranked team in possible. Liberty.
I must say that
the last team to get a bid.
Yeah,
the college football committee, they did get the 4 teams right. I think at least, like, you came down to the last play in both games, and Florida State got blown out by 60 points. Come on now.
Well, everybody's
didn't
sad.
Play nobody.
Yeah, everybody's sad. Everybody's sad.
But still, like, I feel like
they probably still would have lost, but they wouldn't have lost by 60.
And I would think they should have put
the
Georgia in over Alabama personally, but I don't know. But even though they lost to Alabama, it was their first loss, and they lost to a Texas team that lost to like a Oklahoma, and Oklahoma lost. It just kind of got really convoluted, and it was kind of crazy. I mean, the playoff games were pretty good. It was really good. I understand what it was. Oregon blew it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Lost to this only one team this year by a combined 6 points in 2 games. Both 3-point losses. And the team that we lost to is actually moving on to play in the national championship. So it kind of hurts a little bit. And for the fact that they gave us a team we just got to beat up on TV. I think we won like 45-6. Bo Nix threw 4 touchdowns in the first half. Ended with
balling.
5 touchdowns. Yeah. And his little brother, Tez Johnson, had like 200 yards. It just kind of, it was a bummer, but I mean,
I just heard about that earlier.
Was that? Oh, that was his brother?
Tez Johnson? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like his adopted brother or some shit.
I read about that shit. Literally read about that shit earlier this morning.
Yeah, it was, I don't know exactly what it's for because his mom and his parents are still like in his life. Tez Johnson, his actual parents.
It was like his mom couldn't give him the life that she wanted for him. So his dad was coaching they team. So they was like, let him move in with us, and
basically like a live in my house for a good address and go to a better school type of situation. But they kind of took it as far as like instead of no, he's living at my house, he's my address, he's my adopted son type shit. Which got really deep. It got really deep.
They did say he's a Knicks. I was like, no, he's still Johnson.
It got kind of weird because it's like, did you adopt him? His parents can take care of him and he's in your family now? Or did he just go to your house and live with that family because he couldn't go to a good school and didn't have a good life? It's kind of like we used to do that in high school too. Like, oh, we want to go to a good high school. So we lived at somebody else's or use somebody else's address. So it looks like we live in that district. But whatever. Anyways, Bo Nix went out as probably one of the top quarterbacks in Oregon history. Just a chain of good quarterbacks that we had: Mariota, Herbert. Bo Nix is going to go out there and do well. Shout out to everybody that's moving on. Troy Franklin out of East Palo Alto. He's probably one of the best receivers that ever came out of Oregon. And we also have Bucky Irvin, who was another godsend for us. Coach Lanning is doing your thing. Though he didn't make the playoffs again, Coach Lanning is 11-5 in 11-5 in 2 years. So yeah, not 11-5. It's like 17-5 in 2 years. Yeah, he's doing great. So we just had to get over the hump. It'll be 12 teams in the playoffs next year. Yada yada yada. Fiesta Bowl champions. Woohoo. So let's get to
who do you think's gonna win the national championship?
Me personally, I really hope it's Michigan. Though you guys will not be without super scrutiny the whole way through, and Coach Harbaugh's probably gonna leave right after. I just cannot stand Washington. I really do not want them to win anything, especially when a national championship before us. They're still going to be our rivals, and we're going into the same division as them next year. They'll be in the Big Ten with everybody. So I don't want to look at them as the Big Ten champion. I know you guys don't want to look at them as the Big Ten champion. Yeah, so that's me. But let's talk a little bit about this Michigan and Alabama game. Whoever wants to talk first about it. How'd you feel about the victory? Really good game, really close game. How you guys feel? Damon, John?
Take it away. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was a really tough battle. I thought it was basically a coach's game, kind of. I felt like it was relatively even throughout the first half, even though Michigan outplayed Alabama statistically. Some mistakes kind of kept Alabama still in the game. And then the second half, I felt like the majority of the second half, Harbaugh was outcoached. And they kind of found a way to control the game a little bit. And then until the end, towards the end, I feel like we pulled it together and then made the adjustments we needed in the game plan, and then like started being able to work with what we had pretty much.
I feel that. You can tell the difference in recruiting this year, the players that you guys had. Alabama's offensive line was trash. What's his name? What was their quarterback's name? It's slipping my Melrose. He was getting sacked every fucking 2 plays. I don't know what was going on with that. Alabama's lines are usually known for being really good. This kind of goes to show how Jim Harbaugh was recruiting. Got them big uglies up front. Michigan's been known to have those. but it was just the disparity between Michigan's D-line and Alabama's O-line was crazy. And they didn't have the receivers that they usually have either. And their quarterback can't really throw. So he was limited to trying to scramble. And it looked like Michigan had that covered most of the time. J.J. McCarthy, he's really hyped up as a really good quarterback, maybe one to come out in the draft high. He's still kind of iffy to me. I feel like Corum kind of carried. They have nasty receivers on Michigan's squad. Roman Wilson only had a couple of catches towards the end of the game. But when you're able to move people around and run the ball like they run the ball, they ain't really got to do much else. And if it works, it works. And that defense is holding shit down as well. Do you believe this game has any implications, like as far as you think Coach Harbaugh is staying? Or do you think if you guys lose, he'll stay rather than go to the NFL? Do you think people will give you guys the scrutiny I was talking about because of the whole cheating scandal? John, do you think people are going to hate if you guys win?
Oh, yeah, you already know they about to put everybody gonna put a big old asterisk on it.
Man, I hate
gonna
that
try
whole
to. You already know
the
they're
whole
gonna try
cheating
to.
scandal though. Like, it's stupid because
Bro,
anybody
ain't
who
watching
watch-
somebody plays.
Bro, anybody who watched this film. All right, so baseball, we literally it's a thing. You steal signs. So what we do is we have a sign indicator to where we change the indicator every game. So other teams can't steal your signs. In one game it might be this, but another game it might be this. So the team might think you're stealing signs, but our indicators are different. So they're going to be going off the wrong indicator if they picked up your signs in one game than compared to another game. So it's like, bro, that's part of the game. It's not like
it's kind of lazy to think
or
that,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of lazy to think that you think somebody's cheating and you shouldn't have to, prevent the cheating. You should just be able to do nothing and just it be okay. No, if you think somebody's cheating, make
if they're
alternate
stealing
plan.
playbooks, okay.
Stealing the playbook is. I mean, that's one thing. That's
right.
different. But come on now.
It was so
we watched your game and we seen what y'all was doing.
Yeah. Ultimately, again, you hear it on sports news every day. The NCAA is not governed. They're not going to do nothing about it. Coaches pretty much do whatever they want, especially if they're good. They'll have something come down after they win or whatever, and then they'll dip out to the NFL with no penalties at all and just leave the kids to get punished and the school to get punished. I'm not saying Jim is going to do that, and I'm not really saying anything big is going to happen because I feel like if it was, it would have happened already. But I feel like it just sucks that this controversy has to follow them around and act like they're not the most superior team out there right now. Washington is giving people the fits, but Michigan won 27-20 in overtime. Michigan was able to pull the game out. The horrible last play by Alabama to try to even up the score in overtime. I don't know what kind of play he did. Again, the quarterback can't really throw, so he's a huge human being, though. He's a huge quarterback, so he can run really well. But the play he did, he tried to run up the gut. He fell. They're snapping the ball from 7 yards back in the shotgun. It's like none of that shit's gonna
Dallas
work.
Cowboys ass play.
Yeah, it was the dumbest play ever. So Michigan was able to win that game and move on to play Washington in the national championship. Let me talk about Washington a little, though, even though I hate to do it. Washington went in there. Everybody was doubting Washington, thought Sarkisian in Texas was going to walk all over them due to recruiting and the whole Texas is Texas type shit. Washington said, nope, Michael Penix is real life a baller. Lefty out there slanging it. Odunze ate up the whole Texas defense by himself. Every big play they needed, they got it with him. The running backs were able to tear up the interior of the Texas defense, who was supposed to be highly heralded and have all the recruits. I don't know what happened there. They lost to Washington. Bruh, we lost to them by 3 twice. They look like Texas like shit out there against Washington, bro. We didn't allow none of that shit. We were winning the whole game, both games until the end. Oh, don't get me started because I could talk forever about that shit. But Texas lost the game 31-37. You know what I mean? Huskies move on to the championship. I think it's their first national championship appearance ever. Maybe last one was like 1930 or some bullshit like that. Yeah. I think so. Last time Washington played Michigan was how long ago as well. But how do you guys feel? You guys confident that Michigan will take it over Washington? And do you guys have a prediction of score, like a spread prediction, scores, anything?
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on next Tuesday.
You'll predict who wins next Tuesday? Nice.
Yup.
Can't wait
I'm
to
gonna
hear
tell
it.
you right now, we about to get up on them boys.
Ooh, get up on them boys.
Them,
Okay. I hope so. Like, I want to have
yeah,
Pac-12 pride and be like, Pac-12 is
awesome.
gonna beat y'all. But at the same time, do not want to see Washington win because we'll never hear
Nah,
down
they
stupid ass Washington fans. And it's crazy to hear me
they
dog my
going
last
by.
name like that. It's crazy.
Hey, that
But
is
anyways,
crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Monday night in Houston, it's Washington versus Michigan for the national championship. Be there, be square. Let's move into some
Michigan
NFL
by
real quick.
13.
Okay, 13. Look at the prediction. Sorry, Chelsea. I know we got you bored over there. But hey, we're gonna get to NFL real quick. I usually predict the scores and stuff. Last week we didn't have a pod. I'm sorry I didn't mention that to you guys. I know. Sorry for the pod. I was out there having holidays and spending time with my family, but I didn't have any predictions from last week. Hope you guys made some money. But I am gonna go through these scores real quick and talk about these guys' teams because they think their teams is good and shit like that. But Thursday night, the Jets played the Browns. Jets lost to the Browns 37-20. Joe Flacco is having a career resurgence. I don't know how he's had 300 yards passing in the last 3 games, being like 45, but I guess he's trying to be amazing. Him and Amari Cooper are the second coming of Jerry Rice and Steve Young, I guess. Anyways, yes, that game was that game. Saturday, we had the Lions versus the Cowboys. Cowboys won 20-19 via some controversy at the end of the game. But as a Cowboys fan, as a resident Cowboys fan, Damon, how did you feel about the game? How did you feel about that last eligible / not eligible controversy and the 2-point conversion getting taken away?
So I mean, obviously I was happy with the outcome.
Absolutely, yeah.
But also feel like that's one of those, oh well, if they would have gave us something earlier because there was a clipping play that shouldn't have been, then that would have never even been a situation.
Was that the one where Brett was like trying to make a tackle and the lineman smashed his ass and they called it a clipping play?
Yes. Yes. And
I
so,
was like, what? He
and
murdered
so,
that
but
man.
also when I read what the lineman said, I'm like, bro, you're a dumbass. Like, I get it, but don't exaggerate it. Dude literally only said the word report. Like, bro, if you are smart, you're going to walk up to a referee and be like, hey, I'm reporting for the next play. He could have thought the word report was a name, like, you know what I'm saying? He could have thought the word report was anything. And that's why he did not like recall what dude was saying, because there were 3 people around. So he could have been saying
I hate to
something
interrupt
to
you right
anybody.
here, but who broke it down this morning? Richard Sherman broke it down this morning. So what fucked him up? It was the referee's fault the whole time, because what was happening was the eligible players were the 2 players that were talking to the ref. They were bringing number 70 in to try to trick the Cowboys, thinking that he was reporting to the referee, and he really wasn't. The referee thought number 70 was reporting, and he's saying he didn't hear number 68, the guy standing right in front of him, say he reported. So they both got on the line and they ran the play. And I think they were saying that since the who was it? The guy that landed, number 58 was lined up on the line and the receiver was lined up on the line as well. That's how the flag was. But you have to call that flag before the play because it's illegal. He's illegally lined up. But the play that they called was the person wasn't eligible, and they got that wrong because it was referee error. But either way, shit, you got the play, you had another chance. You got another chance, and you could have kicked the field goal to tie the game, but you decided not to try to win, which is probably the most idiotic thing ever, because you did drive the ball down the field seconds before that to get all the way down the field. So I think you should have a little bit of confidence in overtime, me personally. But
I mean, yeah, but I also feel like you're trying to trick somebody, so make sure you don't trick the wrong person.
Yeah, he did. That's what they're saying.
Exactly.
So trying to be way too sneaky, and for the fact also, this we got even deeper, because I personally always hear on special teams and stuff like that, the referees or the PA announcers say this person is reporting as eligible over the PA system during the games.
Right. And did they say it? Did they say
that shit?
They didn't say it. They didn't. The referee didn't call it at all. So that is also a referee error for not calling out somebody as eligible. But ultimately, they lost the game because they didn't fucking kick the extra point. Because if they kick the extra point, it's a tie game. You have a chance to win. But if you don't and you miss it twice, you're gonna lose. I don't know.
You know, Dan Campbell wanted to be able to have one of them speeches in the locker room after.
Bro, I don't know. It's just
Could you imagine if they would have pulled that off? He would the speech that we would have seen on social media after him in the locker room.
We bite kneecaps, we bite ankles, ACLs for lunch, bitch. Yeah, that's what he was talking. But anyways, I want you to talk about your chances. How do you feel like you guys stand right now? Do you think you're gonna be Super Bowl contenders, at least NFC Championship contenders? Cowboys, as it stands today.
I'm a realist Cowboys fan. And I'll just keep it pretty simple. We have a great team. But I never feel like, oh, we can win any day, but we can lose any day. And so we could either play hella good or we could play shitty. But it's not a consistency, I feel like. So if we catch the luck of the draw and end up playing hella good throughout the playoffs, then we can win.
Yeah.
But if the Cowboys do Cowboy things and shoot ourselves in our foot, I feel like the Cowboys generally lose when we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, I feel that. And I sometimes feel like when there's high expectations, sometimes I feel like the Cowboys should just tone down the show and glow. Of course, Jerry Jones is always going to say something to make bulletin board material. But if they just don't say nothing and just have the media just roll off their back like some sweat, I feel like they'll be a lot more successful, though it's not the way. Not the Cowboys way.
Team, man.
You know what I'm saying? They got to be out there and entertain everybody, but shit, I just feel like that would do them some favor. Yeah, it's like, fuck. I mean, it's still good to be talked about. Take it from a fan that they don't talk about us ever, none of my teams. So just to be talked about every day, it could be annoying at times, but at the same time, you're kind of blessed. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, Sunday's games. We had the Titans versus the Texans. Texans win 26-3. Falcons versus the Bears. The Bears and Justin Fields, 37-17. Thank you for being those stupid ass Falcons. Sorry. That's the NFL, the NFC South bias coming out.
I kept y'all in the playoff, huh?
Yeah, pretty kind of. But the Bears securing that number 1 pick since the Panthers lost. I'll talk about that later. And I feel like the Bears fans don't want to get rid of Justin Fields. How do you guys feel about Justin Fields?
I just think you need to be more consistent.
But do you think he can be a quarterback in the NFL? I mean, he's showing some stuff with his legs out there for the Bears.
Yeah, the boy is nice. The boy is nice.
If he had a better organization around him,
I think they need to really help that man out there.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep him.
He might need to move somewhere. Oh, I don't think the Bears is going to be where he.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening. Yeah, I don't see that happening where I don't think they're going to help him out. So I think.
And I don't know, man. Do you pass on the chance to get Caleb? The fans are chanting.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
because I feel like if you get Caleb, keep Fields, now you basically have a battle. Like maybe that's the fire that Justin Fields needs, and then you can always get rid of Caleb Williams for somebody else.
Waste the whole number 1 pick just to light a fire under somebody.
What do you mean?
I mean, I would do it.
Number pick. Somebody else would need him. So deeper in the season, no matter what, it's not like he didn't play in college. You still know what he's capable of.
All right,
but now if you're wasting a pick, you don't know what that person's going to be. You're taking a chance on a pick. But if you get that pick who you know for sure is a solid like number 1 pick, and then what if Justin Fields doesn't work out? Boom. Now you have a solid number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and Justin Fields does work out, and boom, maybe you need some more talent around him. Boom, you dish Caleb Williams off to somebody who got a hurt quarterback or somebody who needs a quarterback hella bad. And now you have a skilled player for a number 1 draft pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you for sure. I kind of feel like they should keep him a little bit, let him sprout a little bit, get some linemen for him, get some weapons, maybe get Marvin Harrison with their 2nd pick, because I know they got 2 picks up in there.
So do you think he should take Caleb?
I don't think they should take Caleb. I think if they're going to keep Justin, they should trade back. and pick up more pieces for Justin. They have DJ Moore over there that's balling out. Maybe draft a running back late. Maybe get Corum, you know what I'm saying? That could be back there, give him some weapons. I think it'll be all right. Just give them a chance, man. These programs be fucking they suck. And they sometimes, you know, especially when you're number one to pick, you obviously don't have enough stuff to get the, you know, be hella good. I don't think one quarterback in 1 year, first year. I mean, this is like a second, third year, but yeah, they need to get better. Let me run through the rest of these games real quick. Dolphins versus the Ravens. Ravens won 56-19. Ravens looking like
Beat
Super
they
Bowl
ass.
contenders. You know what I'm saying? Raven and Lamar and them. Lamar looking like the MVP favorite.
Them boys looking like Super Bowl champions, right?
Oh man, that receiving
Shit.
core is looking nasty. They just signed Dalvin Cook today.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and they have a whole bunch of pieces on their defense, but we'll see how they are. But right now, it's looking good for them. Again, they won 56-19. Buccaneers lose to the Saints 23-13, which is bullshit. We were playing like we knew we were going to win the division, and I did not like that. If we won that game, we would have locked up the division and not had to really play Carolina to actually win and go to the playoffs. But now, since we wanted to not show up and only play in the fourth quarter and almost come back and win, we have to play Carolina. If we beat Carolina, we're in the playoffs. If we beat Carolina, if we lose to Carolina and the Saints lose to the Falcons, I think we can still make it in wild card. But the goal here is to beat the Carolina Panthers, who's the worst team in the NFL. And if we don't win this game, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs, even though we don't deserve to be in the playoffs anyway, because we can get our asses whooped in the first round. But come on, y'all, stand on business for your boy one time.
Stand on business.
You feel me? But Baker is supposed to have hurt ribs. I don't know if he's going to play. Hopefully, the Panthers just are in full quit.
Who back up?
Kyle Trask. We drafted him second round out of Florida a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah,
I remember
that.
But anyways, the Buccaneers, you guys get it together this week unless you want me to cry. I don't think you want me to cry. Bills beat the Patriots 27-21. Eagles lose to the Cardinals 35-31, which is kind of crazy. I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles right now, but it's looking like they playing possum right now so they can try to play the Buccaneers first round in the playoffs, bitch ass bitches. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm cussing so much. It's my first time being on YouTube live and I'm out here ruining it already. My bad, Chelsea. I'm just cussing. My bad. Potty mouth me. Damon done left. I done cussed him out the chair. God damn it. Anyways, Panthers lose to the Jaguars 26-0. Again, if we lose to the Panthers next week, we smack the shit out of Jaguars. We were beating them 30-0 at one point. If we go turn around and lose to the Panthers next week. Anyways, next, the Colts beat the Raiders 23-20. Rams beat the Giants barely 26-25. They almost came back and beat them. But, you know, Rams looking kind of scary right now. 49ers, now we get to something you guys may be interested in. 49ers beat the Commanders 27-10, pretty much solidifying themselves as the number one seed in the NFC. I'll let you 49ers fans take it away. Tell me how you feel about locking up the number one seed. Tell me how you feel about their victory. Tell me how you feel about being able to rest whoever you want this week against the Rams and still being that number one seed and not having to worry about nothing. Let me know. Talk your shit for a little bit.
You know, I love being the number one seed, but especially since we a little banged up right now, so we need that extra week to get motherfuckers healthy. But I'm not a big fan of resting everybody. We don't need to rest everybody. Motherfuckers need to get in there and play some football this week because we don't need that would be what 3 weeks without football. For some of them, if they take
Purdy should rest though, just because anything.
It's certain ones that I like for sure. Should like Christian McCaffrey with his whole cap.
Kittle. I mean, don't play.
Huh? Kittle?
Don't play. Yeah, don't
Kittle.
play.
Yeah, Kittle. No. McCaffrey. No.
Probably Debo. Nah. I think Ayuk, Jennings, and who else you got? Bell. I think that'll be good enough.
Ayuk, Jennings, and Bell. Yeah, because Debo, he be trying to do too much sometimes.
One good hit is all it takes.
I guess so.
Trent, take
Trent's not playing. Trent's not playing. I don't care. He's not playing. Okay.
You know what I mean? I might even sit Ward.
Tarvarius?
Yeah.
He needs to sit too.
Them ankles, boy.
He needs to sit on defense. Ward and I would say Drake Greenlaw need to sit because he'd like to get hurt.
Joey and Chase play a half. Put the subs in. You know what I'm saying? Get them out there. Could keep them up to date and Yeah. I feel you. It's interesting. We're not in that situation this year, but Chelsea, how you feeling about the 49ers? How you feeling about their chances to win the Super Bowl? I know you're a fan.
I'm feeling like the chances are good, but then again, I try not to be too overly confident. When I'm too overly confident with some of my teams, they happen to disappoint me. So we just keeping the vibes going and screaming at the TV and hoping.
That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. And I'm all for it,
Only
man.
thing beating us is us.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I like that. Only person, yeah, and I love it. I love taking the underdog approach. Since we had Tom Brady, everybody, beat this team, beat this team. Now we're the underdog team that not really talked about. I'm ready to upset somebody. Who want to play us real quick so we can get smacked the next game after that.
I need my boy Glock Purdy to get this so people can get off of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of your teams. You guys are the Cowboys. Need to break that curse, man. I'm trying to see y'all win one in the 2000s at least. I'm just kidding.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Just what? Nah, for real though. Just imagine though. Have you ever felt the experience of a NFL parade? Like, I'm telling you,
no.
I
haven't. 2 baseball parades.
So that's different because that happened a lot in that time. It happened a lot. Like, I'm talking about teams that haven't won in a minute. I feel like you guys wouldn't even know what to do. Your hearts would explode. Cowboys parade, a 49ers parade, that shit would go way too live.
Because I couldn't go. I couldn't even when the Lakers was winning. I couldn't go to the Laker parades.
The Warriors are probably
all the way out there.
Warriors parades, those ones were lit.
Yeah.
I've been to more Warrior parades than I have Laker parades.
Just imagine a 49er parade though. That shit would be crazy.
Oh, 49er parade. I am sick. I'm not going to work.
Right. That'll be different.
Me and Jess got it lined up.
Think about calling me.
And I'm scared to even think of what a Dallas parade would look like. You know what kind of shit would be at a Dallas parade? All fucking every celebrity that ever came out of Texas would be performing on the boats or whatever they have. We have boats. You guys probably have buses.
Michael Irvin gonna be leading that charge.
Oh, on all the cocaine. I'm just playing. My bad. I ain't talking about that.
Though, a Niners parade would be crazy.
Yeah. So I can't even imagine. Through Santa Clara too? Would that be where it was?
I don't know, but I hope so.
That would be epic. I'm going to post up at Jordan's house. Shit, watch the parade.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I feel it though.
I'm about to be on top of the light rail station.
Yeah, me too.
You think about Dallas though. If they won, they would be on every channel on TV, every media outlet, on every LA TV. You'll see a Dallas parade on Channel 2. Channel 3, Channel 13. It would be over. For the 49ers, you could see it on the Bay Area channels and maybe somewhere in the South. Maybe like if you had that DirecTV, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'd be wild. But anyways, we did it all right. We did it the best though. We had the boat parade. Tom Brady throwing the trophy from boat to boat. That shit was kind of good.
I was like, nah.
That shit was stupid. That was stupid live. Let me get back to these games though, and then we're gonna talk about some bets so we can help some people win some money. Let's see. So 49ers won 27-10. Steelers beat the Seahawks 30-23. Chiefs struggled, but they beat the Bengals 25-17. Chargers, they lose to the Broncos 16-9. Packers beat the Vikings 33-10 in like one of the most boring games I've ever seen. But let's get to the business. Let's help some people win some money. Best of Bias listeners, again, this is not gambling advice. I'm just trying to, give you a little help when you try to make these parlays of who you gonna pick. Let's start with these games. Week 18, Jaguars are in Tennessee. Tennessee is Jaguars are favored by 5 in Tennessee. I'm picking the Jaguars in this game. How do you guys feel about the Jags versus the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah, I think Jags got that one.
Jags. And we got Tampa in Carolina. Tampa's favored by 5. I got Tampa, of course. That's the best of Bias family. You know how I feel about the NFC South teams. I'm always going to pick Tampa. So this one, you guys can do whatever you want on. But hey, I'm picking Tampa. I don't know if you guys agree. And I really don't care. I'm picking Tampa, goddammit.
Yeah.
So we have the Browns versus Cincinnati. It's in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 6. I got
Cincinnati is favored by 6.
Yeah.
Where's it at? You said in Cincinnati?
No, it's in Cincinnati. But I got Cleveland in that for sure. That's who I picked.
Oh yeah, I got Cleveland in that.
Who you got, Chelsea?
What happened? Sorry, I was
Cleveland or Bengals?
I'll go for Cleveland just because it's for my dad, but other than that, I could care less.
You said Cleveland for sure.
I'll go for Cleveland just because of Pop. Shout out him. So
For sure. Shout out Pops. Cleveland or Cincinnati, Damon?
I think the Bengals are gonna take it.
You got the Bengals.
Yeah. I think they're gonna turn it up and playoff football, kind of.
Yeah, they have to. I think they have to win to make the playoffs.
I'm about to say, is they even? They not. They got to win to make the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean,
and they're in the same division.
That's part of
That's
turning
why,
it up. You know,
and that's why it's a
no. Yeah. No, I'm just saying they got to win again.
Then we have the Saints versus the Falcons. Oh no, actually, we have Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit favored by 3. I think Detroit's going to whoop them.
Minnesota and Detroit.
Yeah, in a revenge game for last week. Yeah, they're gonna be upset, and I think they'll come out and win. How do you guys feel about Detroit and Vikings? Vikings suck, so I can just already know the Lions are probably gonna win.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson hurt again?
No, he's playing.
He's playing? Yeah, no, Minnesota gonna win. Justin Jefferson go for like 300 yards.
Oh, damn. Saints versus the Falcons. Saints at home. I think this game, I don't care who wins, but I want the Falcons to win. Actually, I need the Falcons to win, so hopefully the Falcons win. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go through all these hella fast. New England and the Jets. I got the Jets, even though New England's favored at home by 2.5. Kansas City at the Chargers. I got Kansas City. I don't know why the Chargers are favored by 2 points. No, I must have got that wrong.
Shit, really?
I must have got that wrong. I might have got that one wrong. Chicago. No, I just copied and pasted this shit, so that's what it said.
like, no, that shit right.
You said the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 2 over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it's in LA?
Yes, in LA. It's weird. Maybe they're sitting LA people. But anyways, Green Bay versus the Bears at home. Green Bay favored by 3. I got Green Bay in that. I think I should pick the Bears.
I agree with you not to.
Eagles versus the Giants. I got the Philadelphia Eagles in a revenge game, even though it's kind of looking shaky for the Giants. Seattle Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks favored by 2.5. You think so? I don't think so. Seattle.
Hey, it's a division game, so
anything could happen. Yeah.
Eagles. Jeez.
And it's for the division. They're
good.
The Cowboys and the Eagles are tied, so they have to win the division or have chances to.
I mean, they did just lose to the Cardinals last week, man.
Yeah, that's true. But didn't y'all used to lose to the Cardinals, or was the Cowboys?
No, we swept our division. Well, we got to play the Rams still.
But yeah, Seahawks. Seahawks versus the Cardinals. I actually talked about them. Favored by 2.5 in Arizona. I got the Seahawks. 49ers at the Rams. Actually, 49ers at home against the Rams. I picked the Rams because I think the 49ers are going to rest hella people, and the 49ers and the Rams need to win for wild card. So I think they'll play a little bit harder. The first.
You froze for a second.
I was just looking.
I was about to say you was moving slow. I was like,
I started almost doing it with him.
Hey, okay,
my bad, y'all. My bad. Then I
got them new filters and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Move with me, y'all. Dallas at Washington. Dallas favored by 13. Goddamn, because they're trying to play to win the division. They'll probably win that for sure. Raiders 2.5 at home against the Broncos. I think the Raiders will win that. Broncos suck. And then Miami versus the Bills. I think the Miami Dolphins will win at home, even though the Bills are favored by 3. So yeah,
just they asked last time they played.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go over it. I got the Jags, Bucks, Browns, Lions, Falcons, Jets, Chiefs, Packers, Eagles, Seahawks, Rams, Raiders, Cowboys, and the Dolphins to recap. So before we get into this beautiful pop culture stuff, and before we get out of football, let me just, because I talk about the Best of Biased Invitational on this podcast all the time. So let me just get my flowers real quick and let it rain on me because your boy is victorious. Came out number 1. In the league. Finally, I got somebody from the league on the pod. John, I'm sorry I had to do it to you guys again, but I took first place. You know what it is.
Hey, I don't care about none of that because this shit is going away. Okay?
That's the last place toilet trophy. He got it last year, 2 years in a row.
Out of here. You didn't have to say all that, bro.
Oh, my bad.
All you need to know is that I got it right now. That's all they needed to know.
But no, actually, I got it right now. You feel me? Because I drafted the incredible team. I had the 4th pick in the draft, came out victorious. You know what I'm saying? We put that $100 up a person. And when we first drafted, when I first had the idea, I was like, this money is just about to go right into my pocket because I had the major draft plan from day one. And I don't know. I thank you, Tyreek Hill. Thank you, AJ Brown, because you guys are pretty much the only people that ask for is constant for me the whole year. Everybody else, Justin Herbert, I love you, but goddamn, you really have to do me like that? Keenan Allen, bro, you were like number 5 receiver in the league until you got hurt, until Justin got hurt. I would have, but hey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, I gotta thank y'all. Jonathan Taylor coming back at the end. I gotta thank you. Rashad White, brother. Whew, thank you. We finally found a running back over there in Tampa, but let me get off my high horse. Let me talk to John because
that's number 10, right?
Oh, don't talk to John.
That's number 10, right?
Number 10 what?
Johnny said, I don't want to talk. Leave me alone.
So what?
Your wide receiver in Tampa?
Who am I talking about? No.
Rashad White. That's the
Rashad White. He's our running back, number 1. Trey Palmer's number 2.
Okay.
Yes. I was confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Continue. My bad.
Yeah, I was confused. But yeah, I won that league, man. I am. It's tough for me not to call myself a guru at this point. Fuck. I don't win every league that I'm in. I'm not gonna lie, because again, I was in a league with Damon and he actually beat me in that league. But man, when it comes to high stakes. When it comes to high stakes, my odds are higher than my winnings are higher than my losings. You know what I'm saying? There was a year that I won 2 years in a row, lost a year, the 1 year after that. Last year I didn't win, but I won again this year. It's like the prize money, 900, something light. Hey, John was the third place. What did you get for third place?
My money back.
Second place, congratulations to who did I play in the championship? K Swag. Got a cool 200, got their money back.
Tank Dell, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I can give you some advice, you guys, Best of Bias family, if you want to learn something about drafting. If you guys want to know what player is hot from your draft position, hit me up. But I'm not going to brag too much. I'm not going to boast too much. How was you guys' fantasy season? Damo, did you have a great fantasy season? I know you did.
I did. I came in first in that season you were talking about, and my other season with my family, I came in third.
Yeah, I got smacked in the championship, bro. I won our weak ass family league too. Sorry, Kari. I won that league too, with the cousins in it. That sorry ass league, and then in the work league with
quarterback league.
Yeah, it's trash. It's so trash. It's 3 quarterbacks. You can put your quarterback on. You can put a quarterback on flex.
It's 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it was trash. But anyways, Best of Bias Invitational 2024 next year. I guess it's this year now, but get with us. Prizes are gonna get bigger and better. I'm gonna bring the belt. I'm gonna get me a belt and put my name on. I'll be the first person to etch my name on that Best of Bias Fantasy belt. 2023 is gonna say Lydell Dinero on it for winning.
Shit was rigged.
I guess so.
Shit was rigged.
I won the championship with Joe Flacco.
That's crazy. Joe did.
Joe Flacco did. You know what I mean? So
Joe did.
Did. I blame the Raiders organization for not giving Devontae the goddamn ball.
The organization.
Yep.
Blame everybody.
And then the injured guys for hurting Tank Dell.
The injury guys.
I would have at least made the championship.
Damn, sorry, Chelsea. The Nuggets are running off on the Warriors at halftime. We're not really. We're up 7, but it was close until then.
The Warriors and Nuggets is playing.
Yeah.
I hope it ends in a tie.
We don't tie out here. We either win or lose all the time. Boy, you better recognize we win or lose every game.
That's right. You better know it.
That's a smooth transition because I want to talk about a little bit about football. We'll talk about fantasy a little bit more later. Basketball. Let's touch in with y'all teams, man. I can go on and on about the Nuggets, so I'll go last, but I'll talk about y'all first because you got 2 of y'all in here. Like 3-9 since the in-season tournament.
We taking it easy. We turn it on when we want to.
Like we chilling.
What's going on, guys?
Load management, bro.
Load management. Okay.
We don't want to show all our cards right now. That's all it is.
You guys start playing after trade deadline. That's when y'all start playing.
Exactly. We gonna see who we want to keep.
Yeah.
Get him up out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
GM Bron, you hear me? He's gonna bring in. He's gonna be like, I want him. All right, bet.
He's
we
basically
off.
testing on who can handle it, and if
Yeah.
you can't handle it,
and then we off running.
about to get
Smooth
the
sailing.
He just wants to get extra, he wants to get extra in shape. He wants to
Just
play
let
in
AD
season tournament.
at least AD balling.
Yeah, and he's actually fucking not missing hella
That's what
games.
he
But that's why I need everybody else, because we finally got this motherfucking AD doing this thing every night. I need y'all to come along and help the boy.
Yeah, for
Him
sure.
and Bron, they need you.
Okay, I see Paul joined the little party here. I'm a little late to it. I see Paul join the festivities down there. Shout out Paul. You need to be on one of these pods and stop being scared. But anyways, yeah. Lakers, man. I just asked because whenever you guys play us, it's always the biggest. You guys hate us, basically. I can't even say it's a rivalry because I don't feel the same way about y'all. But y'all fans do not like us. Whenever
every team that ain't
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I feel like other people hate on the Lakers.
Yeah, I never.
Literally everyone.
I just never thought I would actually have to feel the vitriol of the Lakers fans. I never thought you guys would look at us and be like, you guys are I don't know if you guys have Bleacher Report, but if you guys have Bleacher Report, you can put different teams that you follow on there, and it consolidates everything from those teams. And you have communities where you have comment and message boards from every fan of that team. During the playoffs, Heat fans and Lakers fans flooded those community things, and it was the most annoying shit in the world, especially after losing. Well, we didn't lose to the Lakers, but
Shut up.
Not even one game. But hey.
All right, I'm about to head out.
Hey,
I was about to pick my briefcase up like Bron.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. But Chelsea, you ain't running away from this smoke. I got a question for you as well. These Warriors.
Shut up. Okay, bye.
All right.
Grab my chocolate.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask the fans out there on live because I know Paul's probably watching, or anybody else out there's a Warriors fan, man. Audio listeners that may be listening to this and that they're not on live. Warriors, man. I don't know what the hell is going on with y'all, but 11th place, yo. Draymond's out. I know that, but yeah, really? Andre Iguodala mattered that much? Really? Like, what's going on?
Draymond trying to go to the UFC.
Yeah, he's slapping the shit out of people, and but I really don't understand. You know what I mean? Was he that? What changed from this year? Well, last year you guys were in the play-in tournament too, and didn't really do that well. But yeah, and lost in the early rounds, or actually, was it the second round to the Lakers? I don't know. I don't know what they need to change. Their young players look pretty good. I'm a fan of Moody. I'm a fan of Pujeski, whatever his name is now. Like he had a different name before.
Changed it.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if it's the young core not mixing with the old people. The old people mad that the young guys are coming in and getting more shine than them, more minutes than them. Kuminga can't get in the mix. He mad. He want to, take the leash off me, let me go out there and ball type shit. You know what I mean?
Let me be free.
Exactly. That's that Jordan Clarkson medicine rubbing off right on him. So you don't want that to happen. But yeah, I don't know. Kevon Looney's not really my favorite. If they had a better big, because I think that's what you need to do now. The talented big on your team can take
these motherfuckers have never cared about getting the big, bro. They do not care about it. They don't want one. They just say, nope.
I get it. Shooting is cool.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's like you want somebody to get the rebound.
But you can still put 4 shooters around them. Just get one of them.
And nowadays, bigs can
get
shoot.
a big that can shoot.
Exactly.
What you mean? Exactly. There are bigs that can shoot.
Or that.
They have Dario Saric right now. It's like he ain't gonna bang with nobody. Get somebody that's big enough to be in the post that can extend. I would have went after Ayton if I was them. I don't know if they would have had to give up, but they got Chris Paul. I don't know if that's really addition. I think that may be addition by subtraction in some type of way. Because he can run the second unit, but if the starters aren't on, they ain't gonna be able to put up enough points for the second unit to be out there for how long. And you can't play Steph Curry hella minutes, Klay Thompson hella minutes. They're coming off hella injuries, and they're 34, 35 years old.
Acting up.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to see those teams, and the teams that are doing good right now is wild. We got OKC doing good, Wolves doing good, Suns, Clippers. Like, what's happening? The Clippers are the team in LA right now. Are y'all gonna sit there and take that?
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
yo,
right.
yo,
They
yo.
wish.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Yo-ho and a bottle of
You
rum,
can't,
huh?
you can't just do good for a couple of games and then be the
you
team
ain't
that run
you ain't
LA.
won nothing
No,
yet.
no, no, no,
I
no.
feel it. But watch out for
That
these
ain't
young
how it works.
teams. OKC is killing shit. The Wolves are killing shit. I don't know how, but the Nuggets, we're gonna catch up in a little bit. Nuggets doing all right. Let me talk about the Nuggets real quick. We doing good. A little lollygagging going on with our bench. We're trying to get our bench unit right. Starters are in and out with injuries. Jokic is only really constant. KCP had a concussion at one time. Aaron Gordon got bit up by some dogs. Missed a couple of games. Missed like a week.
Yeah, bit up by some dogs.
That was his family dog. Did you see what he said about that? He was
No.
like, "Hey, I had a little bit too much to drink, and when I got a little bit too close to the dog. This nigga needed 21 stitches, bro.
It
You
must have
got
been a
a little
Chihuahua.
He
close
got
to the
bit by
dog?
his own dog.
The family
Well,
dog.
it was
They
a
said.
family dog.
Somebody's at the house's
Yeah.
dog. And it bit him on his hand and in his face. Had to be a Chihuahua. Had to be, because if he's 7 feet tall, had to be a little dog.
No, 21 stitches, bro.
Chihuahuas
He
are
would
vicious.
have flung. I know, but a Chihuahua would have to bite like multiple times
to get all
Yeah,
them
kissing it.
stitches.
I feel like a big dog can just be like, gotcha.
Well,
Yeah,
shit, he must have been sitting
21
down.
stitches.
Bro was 6'8",
Yeah.
6'9".
Well, he was probably all up in the dog's face, being all cuddly and shit. I mean,
Silly guy.
I don't know.
For 21, yeah, because the dog had to do a little shake for him to get 21. Yeah, that was a big
21,
dog. That was a
21,
big dog.
And it wasn't
It's
even
probably a nice little size
it
dog.
wasn't even stitches anyway. It was fucking like glue, because that fool was back the next like 3 games later, and he's playing now, obviously. So it wasn't that serious. But Jamal coming back from hamstrings and all that shit too, not playing that much, is kind of getting his rhythm a little shaky. So we're up and down. Lost 11 games due to it. We should be in first place, but we lose to some teams we shouldn't lose to, and the young teams are actually whooping our ass and puffing their chest out. And it's kind of different being us having the target on our back from being champions. So everybody's gonna bring it, to prove that they were good as last year's champion, especially how they're talking about us supposedly being able to repeat. So every team is supposed to come out here and gonna show what they got to let everybody try to know it's not true. But
everybody giving y'all everything they got this year.
Yeah. That's how it's gonna be. And I'm not surprised. Bring that shit. I just hope you guys stay healthy when it comes to playoff times, and we'll see you in April. That's all it's gonna have to be. You know what I'm saying? We know we gonna be there. And y'all young boys gonna be there. Y'all got enough to make it. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I know the Warriors and the Lakers probably gonna rise from for sure, rise from the bottom and just come back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Oh, we ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah,
we ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be.
You're not worse than anybody in the play-in. You know what I'm saying? So the play-in is going to be very easy. And you only need to win one game to secure the 7th seed. That shit's way too easy. You can lollygag the whole year, and they're only really realistically 4 or 5 games out of being a top seed. So all it takes for them to get it right, and I think they will. But yeah, enough of that. You guys ready for some pop culture? Fuck all this sports talk, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, listeners out there that were more so about the pop culture, but we here now. Once Damon comes back, we'll hop into this stuff. I would take a commercial break, but I ain't gonna do that to y'all on the live. I'm gonna keep it going and just get right through the whole thing. We're gonna start off with some pop culture. I know you guys have been following the Jonathan Majors news. You guys heard about that? Everything that's going on with him. I updated the pod a couple of, I think it was last week, with what actually happened. And a couple of weeks before that, I was kind of like, Jonathan Majors didn't do it. I'm supporting him. A lot of evidence has come out that the girl is crazy. She did everything to herself type shit. We saw the video of him running down the street from the lady. So what else could come out to have him be guilty? We thought that Jonathan Majors would still be able to play King the Conqueror, and he would just be able to nip all this shit in the bud. Who's on here? But how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about Jonathan Majors? Do you think he should have still been able to be Kang? It's going to be interesting to get a female's perspective on this, because I was kind of talking about it to myself the whole time. Chelsea, how you feel about the Jonathan Majors news? Do you think he should have deserved to be fired given the evidence and stuff like that?
I mean, not necessarily, but also as a woman, when you in that situation, somebody chasing after you, sometimes, everybody acts a little crazy. So I don't think he should have got fired from everything, given the situation is definitely unfortunate, but he was a very good actor to play in that role, which to replace him now, I feel like would be trash in every sense of the word.
I do too. Me personally, because he did get charged with third degree. I think it was third degree assault, and it was harassment. And he got that from him trying to throw her in the car after she was trying to chase him and hit him, based on what he saw or what she saw on his cell phone. So she saw the messages, she freaked out, started hitting him. He tried to get out of the car and run. He grabbed her, tried to put her back in the car. In doing so, I guess he hurt her hand and she hit her head or something like that. That was enough to get third degree harassment or third degree assaults. And some of the messages he was sending her or something like that, they considered harassment, which held a sentencing of a year in jail or probation, which I think he's going to get the latter. But just the conviction of guilty after all the evidence we've seen, the stuff that he was saying, we've all kind of publicly deemed as not very bad. It just seems as though in New York, they take domestic violence really seriously in favor of the woman. No matter if it's a man being abused or calls the police, they usually still arrest the man. And this, I think it was in New Jersey or New York or something when this shit happened. So despite of
I
all the
don't know.
evidence, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was pretty much done. What were you saying?
So, like, in my opinion, despite of whatever evidence, like, I don't believe in a woman hitting a man and not being expected to not get hit back in any sense of the word. So it's like, if you're gonna throw hands, be ready for hands to be thrown back.
Man.
Realistically, as bad as that sounds for most people, as a woman, I will say you don't hit somebody unless you expect them to hit you back.
Yeah.
If he were to just be hitting on her and, you know what I mean, she didn't do anything back, whatever the case may be, then yes, I think that all that is deserved. I don't believe that probation or jail time, though, is a necessity, in my opinion, which, to be honest, I'll probably get crucified for it, but still, I don't believe that jail time is a necessity. Because if a female's going to you hit her back. Like,
are you talking about in any situation or in this Jonathan Major situation given?
If you did not hit somebody or spit on somebody or do something crazy and a female hits you, 100% hit them back. Like, and that's like literally not the popular opinion in a situation, but as a woman, you know better. And I feel like a lot of women do hit men because, in a sense, you're expecting them not to hit you back, which is wrong because you wouldn't hit a female like that. So why are you going to hit a man like that?
I don't want to say I agree because that's what we're playing with fire. But I feel like in Jonathan Major's situation, it wasn't even that, because I think he's smart enough to know he was dealing with a white woman. If he was to abuse her in any kind of way, given his celebrity, it would be all in the news, and the situation would be what it is right now. So I just find it weird, as though he did everything right in the sense of trying to exonerate himself. He gave all the evidence that he needed to give in order to exonerate himself. But I feel like he still was slapped with a charge that was so petty that it was just enough to tarnish his reputation and get him fired. And in hindsight, it's not going to mean anything. You know what I mean? And I personally think Marvel handled it wrong. But what they're going to do to replace Kang, I don't know yet, but I still feel like they handled it wrong. Damon, you just joined us again. How do you feel about the Jonathan Majors verdict and how Marvel is handling it?
I mean, I do think it's a sticky situation, obviously. But it's in a Disney aspect, it's better for them to keep hands clean, right? And it's just not even that it's just not a good look. It's not the message that they want to portray. It's the opposite of the Dallas Cowboys, right? We take whoever in whatever they do.
How do you feel about people saying, what about Robert Downey Jr.? How about Jeremy Renner? How about those guys that they let be Disney stars?
So we live in a different time.
That's it? Oh, he froze. Everybody looked like they froze. Hello?
I feel it's where it's like, let me say my ass. Is everybody?
Oh yeah, sorry. It was
might be froze.
It was frozen for a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
I mean, I can hear you. Okay. Damon, I agree. Yes. But as far as agreeing with you or not, I still don't think that like Pat said, like with Robert Downey Jr., all that stuff, I think that it's unfortunate that it happens to be that just because that is a current subject that everyone wants to cancel everybody because they would rather not deal with supporting somebody
Right.
versus like what everybody's personal, like what your opinion is. Like if you look at the situation, it looked wrong. Like after the video came out, I don't believe he was in the wrong. I mean, people could think what they want, but I don't believe he was in the wrong. So I don't think canceling somebody based off that is any better given our day and time or whatever the case may be versus canceling everybody else that's in the Marvel franchise or in any Disney movie that's done some type of fuckery.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
and I don't think it was okay, but I could understand why and where they're coming from.
From a legal aspect, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a hard situation. It's a hard decision to make, and you can kind of go either way about it. It just matters what road you want to go down and what battle you want to fight.
Yeah, me personally, I kind of believe that we live in a PC culture now. I feel like people decide they're actually more reactional than I don't know, before they actually can think about the moves that they're going to make, they think about their bottom line before they actually think about things rationally. Um, you know what I mean? I feel like they don't really wait for the public to calm down. I feel like they make haste decisions, and I don't know. I feel like something like this, personally, this is the most clean somebody can come out of a situation like that. I feel like, you know what I mean? This.
Mhm.
It's just kind of crazy for us to most of the general public to be like, okay, he did nothing wrong. We all seen that he's done nothing wrong. We presented this evidence. We were told this evidence was going to be a saving grace, but at the same time, none of it matters because technically you did hurt her by throwing her in the car. Even though she was trying to beat you up and chase you down the street, you caused bodily harm, so you're guilty of this.
See, and that's the whole reason why it doesn't sit well with me is because even like if roles were reversed and it was a man or woman or whatever, they would not have crucified him the way that they would have a woman. Like if a man was chasing you down and you ended up botting him and he ended up hitting his head, they're not going to crucify you the way that they would a man, which as a woman, I don't feel like is right. I feel like both, regardless if a man in every sense people believe that they're more powerful than or whatever, I don't think that that's an appropriate way to go about it. In my personal opinion, I do, like Damon said, understand why Disney went about it the way they did because they're very much a family friendly organization. So I do understand that they want to be politically correct in every sense. But what's the matter if you get all the evidence and you still are like, all right, bye. It don't matter.
Right. Especially since we live in this culture where every other day we hear about some allegation that's coming up that's supposed to be hella true, but it's ultimately just a money grab to get money out of these people. And that shit happens. Like, for example, well, in this situation, I guess if she did try to get any money, she didn't get any money. She just lost her money line by her boyfriend getting fired from all the jobs he would have got and you not being in that relationship anymore. You fucked up your golden ticket pretty much. But in other cases, like the case with Vin Diesel, this girl is accusing him of sexual assault from back in the day. I think he
Dominic Toretto?
Yeah, Mr. Dom. It wasn't about family at that time.
They came for Dom.
He was trying to make a family at that time. I'm just playing. I don't know what he did. I think he grabbed somebody's butt or something like that, which is wrong. Definitely, you can't just be grabbing butts willy nilly.
Let's get that. That's wrong.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But you know what I'm saying. I can't say when a victim is allowed to come out, but if something did happen to you, you feel strongly about it. I feel like you should come out in the time. I shouldn't feel like you should be able to wait until you hear about a bunch of cases that are coming out and everybody's getting money out there nowadays. Now let's take it to court and try to get 50 racks because they're giving out money out here. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of fucked up. Did you guys hear about the Vin Diesel thing?
I did hear about it.
I did not.
No.
I heard about it. I agree with you. I will never, whether the female went through it or not, I will never victim blame, but also you came out with that shit how much later? Like it bothered you that much speak up when it happened. If you didn't speak up when it happened, then I feel like you're just doing it again for money. And I feel like that's inappropriate too. Because obviously it wasn't that big of a deal because you didn't bring that shit up how long ago?
He wasn't
See, and
down,
that's
man.
that's what I don't like either, is where in the case of like, okay, one person comes out, then all right, now 18 people have come out at this person and done this stuff. And like, I'm also torn about it though, because I mean, I understand that it is a very touchy subject for a woman. And maybe not all women have the strength to come out at that time, but I can't judge whether it's true or not, right? I can't judge whether a woman's like, "Oh, he made this comment about me, but let me take it to another level and be like, "Oh yeah, he grabbed my ass in the elevator," you know? Like, so it's because I mean, you got 17 other people backing you up on some shit. So
Right.
like, why
Yeah.
not elevate it a little bit? So,
And you
and it
can't
happened
always
20
put
years ago. You're
yourself
not
in the
pulling up
victim
footage.
shoes. Yeah, yeah. You don't know how the victim
And
felt in that moment. You can't really discredit somebody for feeling that way. But once you start putting monetary numbers like on those things that happen to you,
Once you
that's
start
kind of
asking for money,
yeah, that just kind of gets kind of crazy. I understand justice, but it's like, oh, this person said some inappropriate comments that made me feel some type of way back in the day, and I was
oh,
dramatized. And from
the
then on,
money at that point,
yeah, and it's like,
like, is wrong.
what'd you say? Say one more time.
I said I feel like that part is wrong. Is it
Yeah,
like once you're waiting until everybody else does because you're like, all right, somebody else can corroborate the shit. Now where's my money at? Then you're in the wrong. Because
right.
if you're really so mortified or upset or hurt or emotionally damaged about a situation, again, not victim blaming, but say it when it bothers you. Or like say it, but don't ask for no money in return in a situation.
Right, yeah, because
Like
that kind of discredits it in a way.
that's also why I feel like for me is that like as a woman, you discredit all females because when you sit there and you start to ask for money in a certain situation because something you claim was traumatizing to you, you're only saying it's traumatizing because everybody else is backing you up and you can get some money out of the situation.
Yeah, and again, it tarnishes it for a lot of people that are going through that
That are
situation.
really going through some stuff, and that's where it gets touchy in a situation.
Right, and I also feel like it's weird though, fellas, you can back me up on this as well, how it's not very taken very seriously when men are assaulted or say they're assaulted. People kind of laugh at them, make fun of them. I don't ever see men winning any money for being assaulted, especially
Johnny
when
Depp.
it's by, well, yeah, yeah. You shouldn't have to be Johnny
He,
Depp though.
yeah,
You
I
know
I'm
what
would
I'm
about to
say
saying?
he's
say that's one person, and that's
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp.
You shouldn't have to be Johnny Depp to be able to win those kind of cases. But
Agreed.
you know what I mean? Because recently, Charlie Sheen, he was actually assaulted, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just thinks, oh, Charlie Sheen's the party guy, has sex with hella women, always hella drugs, a hella drunk. Sorry, Charlie Sheen, I don't think that about you. I love you, dog. I love 2.5 Men.
a
Uh,
G.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So recently he was at his house and this lady, I guess was torturing him, dropping garbage on his lawn, throwing sticky stuff on his car, some sticky fluids on his car. And then one day, I guess he was super fed up, came to his door, knocked on his door, forced his way in, strangled him or tried to strangle him, and ripped off his shirt. To where he kind of fought her off and pushed her out the house and called the police. She was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, uh, and burglary in this instance. How much jail time do you think she got in this case?
Oh man.
Do you think it was taken as seriously as a common domestic violence, or not even domestic violence? Because this is a stranger just fucking breaking into a man's house and assaulting him.
Uh, as a woman, I feel like it's very unfortunate, but I feel like it should happen because realistically, like again, like you said, I'm very big on the gender roles, and I feel like that's very wrong. That if a man were to do that, that fool would be in jail for how long?
Yeah, for real.
That if you know is no, whether you're a man or a woman, and regardless if a man says no and he adamantly says no, especially a stranger popping up to your house doing some crazy shit and you call the cops and she gets a slap on the wrist, that's so wrong to me, and again discredits every woman therefore after.
Right, especially celebrity wise. It's like, okay, any celebrity that happened to, I think they're just downplaying it, one, because he's a male and he's Charlie Sheen. I feel like they expect this kind of stuff to happen. He has a bunch of scorned lovers that he's had in the past, and maybe he had sex with her and she's mad or something. And it's fucked up to even assume that kind of shit, because if it was on the other foot, we would have not even had to ask those questions. You would have heard it all over the news. And I heard about this on fucking TMZ on Twitter. Like, I didn't even hear no like big posts or anything like that. It was on TMZ. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird. But a story that has to be talked about, that I didn't talk about it with nobody, Diddy. We have to talk about it, guys. We have to talk about Diddy. I know he's a big star and everybody's scared to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. You guys heard about the Diddy stuff. You heard what happened with Cassie, because we're talking about the settlements and going to court and domestic violence and things like that. Let's start with, do you think P. Diddy's guilty of this stuff? Do you think Cassie was telling the truth, or this was another way to have get a quick buck because she did settle?
So for her, I do feel like hers might be a little bit more legitimate, because she has had people come forward, therefore after the fact. Like, I feel like she was the first one to come out with that, where women came out after the fact, agreeing with her, saying like, we know how he is, and nobody else spoke up about the situation. Where I feel like hers is a little bit more creditable than other situations. Given her taking the payout, don't look very good in any light. It really doesn't. Like, if you were going to speak your truth, but don't take a paycheck out of it to speak your truth and then dip off in a situation and let it die.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. Because if you want to speak up and you're like, F this fool needs to be in jail, whatever the case may be, then fine, do that. But if you're looking for a payday out of this situation, my opinion, which again, I will get canceled for it a million times, I don't feel like you should ever like sit there and expect people to take you creditably if you're able to take a payout and then shut up.
Yeah.
Still, like, for me, if you're gonna say something, stand on that shit. Or
so, do you take the pay? You take the payout and then stand on it?
I mean,
but taking the payout means you got to be quiet about it, probably, right?
Yeah, for sure. NDAs and stuff
it's
like
gonna
that.
definitely be an NDA.
But I think what she did though was open the floodgates for everybody else to come up and corroborate some of the stories and have their own stories. So she doesn't necessarily have to come out and say anything. She already brought it to light. People are already talking about it. So all these other victims.
And now everybody feels comfortable enough to speak up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not big, powerful, puffy anymore.
And then we get surviving P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but she was with that man for how long? Out in the shadows. After she had a very
shiny
start off you know what I mean? Coming out tough.
Yeah.
And she was with him in the shadows for how long, and then decided. I don't necessarily agree with her taking this long to speak up in this situation, because again, you're already married with kids and all this other stuff. At that point, you should have spoken up beforehand. But again, P. Diddy is a big name with lots of money and stuff like that. So
yeah,
can be very situational.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to talk about it as well, because he is really known in the industry. Really, really well known so much that people are willing to keep secrets and not say stuff about stuff that they experienced with P. Diddy. Did you guys ever have suspicion of P. Diddy being maybe bisexual or being interested in crazy activities to where some of these rumors may be believable, as far as him being interested in some men in the industry, as well as people being at some parties, seeing Puffy doing some questionable stuff? We see 50 Cent going at him every day. We see rumors and stuff happening. Have you guys ever thought
even Katt Williams came for him recently? Like, realistically, yes.
We're going to get into that in 1 second. We got a lot to talk about in that interview.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Once I saw Get Him to the Greek, I never put anything past P. Diddy.
Bro. Yeah, that was him, his regular life. Somebody said
21 kookaroos.
Right. Once you saw this man make some people walk to go get him cheesecake in the middle of New York, in Brooklyn and shit. You know that man was egomaniacal and crazy. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't know. I always thought some weird shit was happening with that Danny Kane shit and that Day 26 shit. Like
making a band.
Hey, they were fired though.
They were, but it's like,
fucks with Day
okay,
26.
you probably are the best, but what you gonna do to be on this TV show and make this band?
Exactly.
I like you, but I like you.
Yeah, whatever.
He said, I like it and I want you.
Yeah.
You
But I don't
rock the
know.
mic, but you will rock the mic. You feel me?
Shoot, those are all rumors, you know what I'm saying? And stuff that people said in the
Damn,
back of the
cold world.
days. People just kind of brush it off the shoulders. But man, Hollywood is Hollywood. I've heard a lot of shit, and I feel like after a while you hear a lot of shit it has to be kind of true. Like, well, I don't want to bring Big Will into this, but you guys heard about the Will Smith stuff. And people that those rumors were happening hella long ago. And as people come go ahead.
But if there's enough people speaking on a rumor, I'm like, wait, like,
right.
How many times somebody gonna tell you that something is funky is happening without you believing something funky is happening?
Something funky is happening, all right. But yeah, I don't know exactly what was going on in both those situations, but Black Twitter be talking sometimes, and sometimes Black Twitter be right. People be like, oh no, it is talking shit, it's groupthink type shit. But sometimes TikTok be on, Black Twitter be on some TikTok shit with their investigative research. You know what I'm saying? They be finding out.
Yeah,
they be ahead of their time sometime. 20 years later, it comes out that shit was true. Like, oh, fuck. Now we look stupid for all those years backing them up. I mean, but if they do have...
Simpsons.
Exactly. Yeah, we be the Simpsons for real. We be knowing, but they don't tell us. And when the crazy shit come out in Hollywood, they've been trying so hard to fight it. But now all that shit is hella regular and people are okay with it. But they've been fighting it for so long not to be that way that if they ever came out and said it, their whole career to them would be ruined. You know, it just got weird. I think that's what happened to P. Diddy and why all this shit happened, because he was trying to hide who he really was. And after a while, a lot of hiding, some shit can spill over. You know what I mean?
And then shit got weird.
The whole Usher thing.
Weird though.
He said he used to wrestle with Usher over some cereal or some shit like that. He said, yeah, I remember me and Usher, you know what I'm saying? We back in the days when we was young, he used to wrestle over the goddamn cereal box. Like
we used to live some together. Shit Ray J would say.
We used to live together, and he was sleeping on my couch, and we used to, wake up in the morning and fight over the cereal. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of weird.
There.
Yeah, and I don't know. And it's just stuff that's gonna end up coming out. And I think 50 Cent, he don't be lying, bro. He just be out there spitting shit. Yeah, he could be kind of like adding fuel to the fire. But I'm telling you, these Hollywood niggas be knowing. They be knowing. And they be trying to let us know. We never know what to believe. But I guess we never really will know. We never really will know. But damn, are you guys... We're still going to say allegedly for all this stuff, okay? Before you guys quote us on all this shit. It's alleged. But I don't know if it's alleged if he... And it's all was settled in civil court and not actual, federal court. So I think I don't know. His career is kind of going downhill. A lot of people are pulling out as far as his sponsors and shit like that. And
18, I thought, sponsors.
Yeah, and he already had to step down as Revolt, the CEO there. The schools that he was working with closed down, so I don't know.
They were done with him too.
I haven't heard from Young Miami in a while. I don't know what she's going through right now. I know it's probably bad for her.
She was on stage with Lil Baby the other day.
She still be posting about her man. So
as P. Diddy.
Yeah.
God. Fuck. That's a little wild. That's
a little wild. She be posting that. She don't care.
Speaking of weird niggas, Epstein, you guys hear about that list coming out? You know what I mean?
I went into a rabbit hole for that yesterday. So
yeah,
hey, why that list dropped like it was an album though? Like people was waiting on it to drop.
But was that list with all those famous people? That shit had to be fake, right? With all the people on it.
But not all the famous people from what they dropped were like actually doing some weird shit, which I feel like was deceiving for me because it was like a bunch of famous people's names were mentioned in those court.
All of them actually. Like what?
Well, but they were there, right?
So they were there, but not necessarily around the weird shit he was doing though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's messed up because when you're looking at the situation and you're famous or you're a person in general and your name being dropped in this situation,
Right.
fucked off place to be dropped at. Like,
This
I'd
nigga
be
got
like,
a whole ass island. He got one side full of sex slaves, and I got a whole other side full of amazing ass shit that he's bringing famous people to.
yeah, like
That is
partying.
kind of deceiving. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of
it's like
deceiving.
there's like partying in one sense, and then down in the basement or God knows where you over
I don't
here
know.
doing
Bro,
freaky
I
shit.
feel like an island is big as fuck. You can hide that shit on a big ass island.
It could be in another building, you doing some weird freaky shit, and everybody else out here partying, and then they're like, yeah, it was so and so's party vibe.
R. Kelly did that shit in the middle of Chicago. Like, you ain't gotta hide that far. That nigga had that a big ass building, and he had a big ass building in the middle of Chicago, window to board it up, and people were stuck in there like sex, like it's weird ass shit. Epstein's a piece of shit. I think this list and Maxine, whatever her last name is, she's a piece of shit too. But the list coming out shouldn't be as publicized as it is. I think it's just a way to kind of discredit good people, but at the same time mix them in with bad people, not making the bad people seem as bad. I think Bill Clinton got his name etched off the list somehow. Got a
he got that
he was thrown in there too, but like you can't necessarily. They said they didn't mess with him, but he was on his own freaky shit.
I think he made a deal to where legally he couldn't be prosecuted for being on that list. He was like one of the people that made a deal before the list got released or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? On some weird shit, but I don't know, man. We're gonna see. I don't think the list needs to necessarily be revealed.
No, it's like even like they mentioned Naomi Campbell. They're like, it's her party. She ain't have shit to do with it. Why you gotta name drop her?
Hey, like, I saw Charlize Theron. Hey, don't be dropping Charlize in the show.
Hey, what you doing? Hey, stop that.
Even
I think that too. Like, why are you mentioning these people when they have nothing to do with nothing?
Barack and Michelle Obama. I'm like, hold on, this is a little
They visited
weird.
the island though.
I mean, if they, I don't know. It's a rich ass person to invite you to an island, bro. I don't know. I don't know. You going? He said one guy said he invited his son.
Nah, bro. Like if Kanye invite a bunch of people to the island, I don't know if a lot of people gonna show up.
Everybody do already. He invite people to Wyoming, and he flies out and they go to Wyoming.
They gonna go see Kanye.
If they go see Kanye, don't mean they gotta be on no extracurricular bullshit.
People will do anything.
They might show up for Kanye, and he might be doing some bad type of satanic rally and shit.
And you ain't never gonna
hear everybody
about
name finna be on the list.
Every
like,
shit.
damn, we
every
time
Kanye
popped
does
up
something,
on Kanye in the middle of
everybody's
Wyoming.
name is on the list. You know what I'm saying? They show everybody in video. They do all that.
They popped everybody's names out there, whether they had no weird shit to do with it or whatever. They put up some like some Prince or whatever, Prince of York or some shit like that.
But those are the people we heard about in the documentary already. That's the thing about it. The people they highlighted doing some shit, the people we already knew. Now they're just trying to prove it.
Now you're just doing clickbait when you're posting other famous people you have no idea
exactly
with anything, and then throw their names in there for some clickbait, and then you read the actual court docs and they're like, did so-and-so, did you mess around with so-and-so? No. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I read a story where Epstein just wanted to take this guy and his son on a fossil hunt. They went searching for fossils, and his name was on the list. Like, they went searching for fossils. It's probably the most epic thing for the little kid ever did in his life. But now he's being accused of being raped and shit. Yeah, shit is fucked up. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson was on the list. It was wild.
And they were like, "Did you mess with Michael Jackson?" They also said no to that too. Like,
yeah, they covered Michael Jackson's story. They said some shit that like he wasn't doing something.
Oh, you know Michael Jackson? I forgot. But yeah,
my nigga, man.
But yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, but these weird ass people, if they're gonna arrest them. We don't need to see the list of everybody. If they're not guilty of doing anything, we don't care about their names. The people that are guilty of doing shit, go pick them up. We don't need to see the name of their list. You ain't doing shit that's. Anyways, next, let's move on to the real quick before we get into this funny ass Katt Williams interview. Gabby Douglas. This is pretty interesting because I want to get a girl's perspective on this. Gabby Douglas and her boyfriend, I think his name is Jonathan Owens. He plays for Green Bay. I think he plays safety. He was recently being interviewed and he was talking about him meeting Gabby Douglas. And he was saying at first, he was like, he didn't know if he wanted to date Gabby Douglas or give her a chance or anything because he didn't really know about her or whatever. But then after a while, he gave her a chance, and I guess he was saying that he was a catch. Basically, Gabby Douglas, the 4-time, how many ever time Olympian champion she is, wasn't the catch. He was the actual catch, being I don't even think he's a starter, a non-starting NFL player. He said he was the catch. Chelsea, let me ask you really quickly here. What do you consider a catch? What are the qualifications of a catch for you? And we'll give you our side of what we think a catch is in a girl.
So for me, like as far as I go, can't speak for everybody, but a catch for me has zero to do with what you do for work, how much money you make, whatever the case may be. Catch for me is somebody that treats you right, that is like, that holds it down for you, that's there for you, that is your sounding board in every sense. And like somebody that like, not necessarily money wise takes care of you, but takes care of you emotionally and mentally and all of that stuff. That's more of a catch to me. Given I do know a lot of females that like their idea of a catch is like somebody's going to cash out on them, somebody that has a better career than them and stuff like that. I don't think that anything like that a female thinks is a catch is honestly something that like has any type of longevity to it. Because if you're basing what a catch is to you based off how much a person's making at that point in time or what they're doing with their life at that point in time, the fuck you could, when you old, wrinkly, this other bullshit, you still finna be in the NFL, you still finna make this types of money. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that. But again, with our day and age, I feel like a lot of females are very misconstrued in that situation, where a catch to them is more so somebody that will buy them designer or whatever, do whatever for them, whatever the case may be. You can buy me designer or whatever the hell you want. It don't mean nothing to me. So a catch is more so somebody for a personality than anything else. But again, most females don't look at it in the same sense, I guess, nowadays. Yeah. Nowadays, a catch for you is somebody that got like a bankroll, somebody that's going to take you on trips. Unfortunately, nowadays, that's definitely what it is. Like trips, money, bags, clothes, whatever. If you're going to cash out, you're a catch. Like that's not a catch to me. I got my own money. So what do I worry about you for?
Yes, I don't say I agree because I don't necessarily have the same perspective, but of course, from a guy's perspective, well, mine at least, I ain't gonna speak for you and Damo down there. But me personally, I kind of feel like he was talking about catch as in he was the catch as far as he plays in the NFL and he makes money and he looks good type of shit. I think he was talking about himself in that kind of sense. For guys, I feel like a catch in a woman, I think is a personality for sure. Somebody who I guess can look good and have a good personality, have her head on their shoulders, have good morals. That'll be a catch because a lot of girls out there, in my opinion, don't have any of those things. We'll have one, but not all three. If you can find all three or even all four, I don't know how many I said, I think that's a catch in a sense. I think when it comes to guys, it doesn't necessarily have to do with money when it comes to a girl. Am I right or am I wrong? You guys care about how much money a female makes as far as being a catch?
Not as like being a catch, but like so I guess that's like you shouldn't expect like just me to pay for everything. I don't care if you make a bunch of money, but like if we're gonna like grow, then you gotta like basically input into the relationship as well. Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like morally it gets hard when somebody gets so used to one thing, and when that changes, it changes your relationship, right? So if a girl has been used to getting money from a guy not working, and then something happens to where he can't provide like that anymore, then if that changes the dynamic of like how you feel about him, then that's different, right? That's not okay. And so that's where like money is like comes into play, I feel like. But I don't personally think you need to make a certain amount of money to be a catch.
What about you, John? What are the female wise, what do you think are some of the attributes that make a woman a catch? We already determined it wasn't money. What do you think?
Shit, somebody that brings out the best me out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you make me a better me, that's how we go. And I do the same in return. We both would catch in each other's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. Me personally, yeah, again, I don't really care about the cash because you can be broke. You know what I'm saying? As long as we having good times and you
Ain't got
treat me
nothing to do
right
with that.
and motivate me to be better, and we ultimately are better as a group, as us, and not a singular I and me. You feel me? I think that's a catch. A lot of people are finding bullshit out there and getting people pregnant and having kids with people that they don't like or not in love with and don't fucking value or don't respect and don't care about, and it reverberates down to the kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So first, don't settle. Everybody out there, basically, we're trying to say don't settle. We're not saying in any way Gabby Douglas settled. We're not saying in any way Jonathan Owens settled. We just thought people were trying to get there, get him in trouble. Trying to get him we're insinuating that he didn't think Gabby Douglas was attractive or the most attractive. You know what I'm saying? He did say in the interview he was in his third year of the NFL. He was trying to, he was just now getting his feet wet and was trying to get it in. But, he thought he'd give Gabby Douglas a chance. You know what I'm saying? Which was probably the wrong wording. But I mean, love is love, and people find love for different reasons, and people think people are catches for different reasons. So don't judge people. Don't judge love, let love foster and fluster and fly. You know what I'm saying? The 3 F's. Foster, fluster, fly. Foster, fluster, fly. All right. Let's move on.
But let me put that in my notes.
What we got?
Buster, fuster, fly.
Right.
What we got next? All right.
We can that in your mental
the big one, the big one. Katt Williams interview with Shay. So Shannon Sharp, all know Shannon Sharp, NFL tight end, Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Shay. You saw him undisputed for a while. Then he moved on to bigger and better pastures, working for First Take with Stephen A. Now you see him on TV Monday, Tuesdays, sometimes Fridays, whenever you feel like taking over. But he also works on the side. He has podcasts, one called Club Shay, one called The Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco. But specifically, this one was Club Shay. He has celebrity guests over, interviews them, interview style. He drink a little bit of.
And he got Nightcap with Gilbert Arenas too now.
Oh, he joined her
for basketball.
Uh-huh. Oh, so they do basketball with him, and then they do football.
They do basketball, and him and Ocho do football. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Ocho was probably like, I don't know about this basketball stuff. But yeah, anyways, they had Katt Williams on recently, and Katt Williams, it was funny, and so there was a lot of truth to it. Bruh, but I mean, it could be truth to it, but he gave me real big Orlando Brown vibes in this interview. Y'all know Orlando Brown, That's a Raven, and how he be talking in all his interviews, just talking hella shit about the industry, but some of the shit you can tell, some of it may sound real, but he be so crazy sounding that he don't believe nothing he's saying. Katt Williams was like that in a way lighter form. I'm not calling him anything like Orlando Brown because that man is crazy. But he spent a lot of time on that couch discrediting a lot of.
He ain't walking down the street with a box of wine.
No. But he went on the show and started discrediting a whole bunch of comedians, some of our favorite comedians. I know you guys saw the interview. There's plenty of clips to pick from. He was out here dissing everybody, talking about the industry, unveiling the curtain. Where do you want to start? Should we start at the P. Diddy? Since we were talking about P. Diddy a little bit ago, one part in the interview, he said, "I was offered $50 million like 4 times, but I had to deny it due to my integrity and to protect my virgin hole that I told you about earlier." Bruh, that was another hint towards them P. Diddy parties being crazy.
I didn't see that clip.
Oh, I've seen every clip today.
But he's jumping on the bandwagon.
Bruh, come on.
But I mean, hey, you never know.
You never know exactly.
Oh, but I do think that he was capitalizing on the subject that's hot right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff he was saying was on that.
Speaking to what Cedric said, I just read in the notes what Cedric responds, and that was a good response from Cedric.
Yeah.
Read it
Yeah.
out loud. Share with the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, he said that's his joke. And
Oh,
so,
yeah.
in a sense, he was like running a stand-up through his interview.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he
It
was
was.
mad erratic about all of it. Like he was very
Performative. Everything was
yeah,
super performative.
it was very animated. Like at one point in the interview, he got up, stood up on the other side of the table, and was down there leaning over in dude's face,
Yeah.
you know, dude. And I'm like, sit your ass down.
And he
Like,
says, what did he say? He was like, somebody said something to me and I wanted to get up. I tell you, Shannon, I look you right in your eyes. I wanted to, oh, it was Cedric. He said, I wanted to
Yeah,
bust his stomach.
that was hella funny.
He said,
I was crying.
he said, I wanted to bust his stomach. I wanted to punch him right. What did he say? He right somewhere in his fat or something like that.
yeah, like it was just he was too overly animated for me to take everything completely on face value. But given it was funny as shit.
It was, and I think he kind of did give Shannon a little bit of a warning of some of the shit he was going to say because he didn't interrupt at all and let him just go on a lot of shit.
Go off.
Yeah, like the Jonathan Majors thing, you could just tell it was a transition to something that he just wanted to tell a joke about. He's like
he was ugly. Like,
oh yes,
like,
oh my god.
Like, don't you see they telling everybody that he good looking, everyone believe it.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Okay.
Since when does black women like Negroes, like nigga looking niggas or something like that? Black like, classic looking black man.
Yeah, like he went a little too far in quite a bit of it. If he would have toned it down a little, I would have believed everything that man said because he was dropping he was dropping some dimes in there.
Yeah.
I'm not discredit that man because he was dropping some knowledge and senses. He had certain quotes that he was dropping dimes like about life or whatever the case may be. But yeah, and some of it I was like, okay, let's calm down, friend.
You can tell he's been telling himself these stories over the years,
over and over
again. Yeah, to where he believes it. Like what?
I mean, I believed him too, but at some points he seemed like as much as he preaches, he never done no hard drugs, whatever the case may be. Like,
I think the industry stuff he's putting people on blast. The industry stuff may be true. But as far as crazy shit happens behind the scenes, and if you want these roles, sometimes you have to do crazy stuff to get them. But as far as him saying, oh, every movie for Kevin Hart the last 5 years, the script has come across my desk. And I denied him.
Okay. And he's like,
I mean, he said Kevin Hart was an industry plant.
Like, yeah. I mean, and he's like, can you give me a role that isn't overtly homosexual? And he's like, that's the role, every role that Kevin Hart does.
And I'm like, no, all of them are like,
what? Let me hating on my nigga Kevin. Bro.
He was hating big. He was like, how? You can tell that he's an industry plant because how could he be all big on the East Coast and nobody has ever heard of him? And then he comes to the West Coast, and right when he gets here, he blows up big. He has to have done some stuff behind the scenes to get a head start. People that take these head start chances, you know, and do things to get a head start have always done some shaky shit, and they have sold their soul type shit. Like this nigga here, he is just going on.
I mean, I don't discredit him completely because I do feel like a good amount of people in the industry do some weird, like not necessarily the way he was like insinuating that it's not sexual shit, you know what I mean? But like they do some shit to end up where they're at. I do believe that, like in one sense or another, but I'm not sitting here thinking everybody out here sucking dick just to get a role.
He said Jeffrey Epstein offered to suck my dick in front of my whole agency. And I said no. And I'm like, bruh.
How does that not get out?
Yeah.
And you're telling me that the receptionist didn't say nothing to nobody? Like she wasn't.
Nobody said nothing. And then this fool was like, he was like, oh yeah. And Ricky Smiley, he would never be, I put in my contract, he would never be in another movie with me unless he wears a dress. And then next movie you saw him in with me, was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress? I was like, oh my God. And then Ricky Smiley responded. He's talking about how Steve Harvey stole Mark Curry's whole spill when he created the Steve Harvey show. And it's like some of this stuff could be hearsay.
He said he started wearing suits, got a high top fade.
Some of this shit was viable though. I will say that some of this shit seemed plausible for surely.
Yeah.
Some of it did. Like him and the Cedric the Entertainer with the whole biting off one of his bits type of thing.
Similar.
Like, it was very similar actually. Yeah. I went into a rabbit hole and was watching it last night, but like it was very similar.
But you can't pick the biggest fucking show and act of his career and be like, oh yeah, he watched me back in the 90s on a Comic View and he sat there through my whole show, and then I saw on Kings of Comedy he stole the whole joke for this. Like,
talking about he came and met me after stage, gave me a handshake, told me that was the best closing joke, whatever the case may be. Yeah, definitely too much.
And then he started going in on Chris Tucker, talking about how he was on the Epstein plane. He was like,
don't come for Chris Tucker. I love me some Chris Tucker, so don't do that.
Me too, especially fucking Money Talks Chris Tucker, Rush Hour Chris Tucker. He did
Rush Hour Chris Tucker was where it's at, for sure.
They said he started messing with Epstein and Michael Jackson. He came back as a different Chris Tucker. I was like, bruh, why is he going there? But you noticed he didn't talk shit about the OGs. He was smart. He didn't go in on Chappelle. He didn't go in on DL Hughley.
Chappelle would have ripped him apart.
Oh shit! So would DL Hughley. Yeah. Some people that aren't scared to fight and don't care what the media say.
He only came for the people that I feel like say something but not say enough to like completely discredit him. So he did go about it strategically, but
I think he went at all the commercial people.
Yeah, all the commercial people that
ain't gonna say nothing.
They're not gonna say anything.
Well, they ain't gonna get into a battle with him because they're like, bro, we make money. Yeah, like whatever.
They business. They making all this money in general. What the gotta worry about that man for when he
about it?
How long?
Faison Love, like he's going in on everybody.
Nobody else in Friday After Next could have played that pimp the way that he did. I will give him that.
That made his career for sure.
That made his career, like for sure. I do think he was a little over the top when he was talking about. I don't really believe that any movie would sit there and talk about a whole rape scene that he talked them off the ledge for, and the way that he said he talked them off the ledge. I was like, all right, bro, calm down.
Yeah, calm down. He didn't say shit about Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that what he said is true though. Like what he said about having like a rape scene, like there is nothing funny about rape.
Agreed.
Period.
But do you agree? Nothing about rape is funny, but do you believe that they put in Friday After Next that there was about to be, or next Friday, wherever it was in, that there was raping people in the middle of a comedy? I don't think that.
I don't think so. What do you mean? Damon would have
the bathroom. So you know what Scene's talking about, right?
Yeah, the Damon in the bathroom.
I know what Scene's talking about.
Yeah.
The one with the pliers
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But he's also he's also said that he doesn't have to go to certain topics to try to be funny. He said he doesn't really need to cross the line and say stuff that'll get him canceled to be funny. If you can't be funny without crossing the line and getting canceled, you're not really funny.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, and that's where he stands on. So he probably definitely gonna say that now, because he's still.
But all of the main, like for comedians, I don't think there's really a cancelization anymore.
You can't cancel comedian. Yeah, you can't.
Because people understand.
No, in some senses, yes. No matter what you say, it's like cancel culture. No matter.
All right. So on the big scale, right?
Yeah,
so
Dave
all
Chappelle.
Of the established comedians, I feel like they're obviously not gonna say something that's crazy, but I feel like they can make jokes and be somewhat more offensive than normal people because of they are a comedian. Like literally, Kevin Hart. When I was watching his little new thing with Chris Rock, and he was saying like before he would start his thing, he would basically be like, all right, everybody, these are jokes. This isn't offensive to anybody. I don't need y'all coming to fuck with me after the show. And so like, I feel like comedians have a little bit more leeway with like what they say to where like Chappelle was just saying some shit about some transgender or something, right?
Oh yeah.
And and like he's not gonna get canceled, like because it's a joke. It's taking what's in like society, right?
Right.
Obviously, they know what's right from wrong. They're not making jokes about like death and whatnot, but they comedians know where to steer
And
and
I
what
think,
road to
especially
take.
with Chappelle, he stood in it as well. As when he's making fun of somebody, he doesn't have direct animosity or anger towards them. He's just making jokes. And the fact that he didn't back off when he was talking about the trans stuff and he kind of stood in it and still makes jokes about it now, I kind of just lets further know that he doesn't really mean harm. He's just making jokes. And nobody is off limits from the jokes, because if you saw his new stand-up special, he moved from trans people making jokes about them to making fun of handicapped people. So he goes everywhere. And once in comedy, once you understand that, I kind of feels like you should know in comedy everybody can get the jokes. Everybody. And if you're going to a comedy show or you're talking about comedy, it should be that way. But yeah, anything else? Any other good stuff you saw during the Kevin Hart interview thing? Or Kevin Hart interview. Katt Williams, not Kevin Hart. Definitely not Kevin Hart.
I mean, all of it was lightweight comical. I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely comic.
It was definitely funny. It could have been another stand-up of his, definitely.
It probably will be the way fucking Shannon promoted it. He put out every single clip from that shit. You can watch it all on his Instagram.
Watch the whole thing on his Instagram.
The whole shit.
For
The whole
real,
shit
though.
for some clips. Agree.
Yeah. But moving on, now we're gonna get into some rapid fire stuff. This shit's not really important. So I'm just gonna tap on it real quick and we'll see how you guys feel about it. So let's start off with Tesla stuff. Tesla AI robot attacking a worker. Do you guys think the world is over? Robots are about to take over?
Yeah.
Do you think go ahead.
I don't think they're going. I think if we continue on the path that we're going on, 100%, because y'all trying to make robots be way too lifelike for it to make sense.
Yeah, I feel like AI.
Yeah,
Do you
we
think it's
trying to
moving
get
too fast?
Yeah, we trying to get robots and AI to do too much for us.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's like
So
you're trying to replace like warehouse workers with robots. You're trying to have people not have to drive no more.
Mhm.
You're trying to have like all this. I feel like that's a little bit too much. You're trying to be able to have like AI be able to speak back to you, to correct all your homework, to write everything. Like, damn, at that point, I don't plan on dying for robots.
I feel like we're using AI to replace instead of to like help or enhance.
Perfectly. And it's gonna be all used by big business to fucking manipulate and cut corners and produce faster
and not just that, but if you have an AI or you have a robot, you pay for the robot. In long term, it saves you money because you're not paying a salary on a day-to-day, month, a year to year. You're not paying salaries for no robot. You're buying the robot. Then maybe you buy some software or whatever to upgrade them.
Keep that motherfucker upgraded.
Yeah. Well, and see what sucks. What I see basically, like, okay, that's gonna happen, right? And now we already suck at social interaction, and we're taking away even more social interaction. So now people are gonna not know how to fucking act around people. Like, people are gonna be weird, do weird shit. Like, I feel like we're gonna be in this weird like world where like I was talking with Pat and Paul the other day about the VR, right? And you're gonna pay $300 and you're gonna be able to go to a place that you love, right? For however much you just bought that shit for. And if your life sucks, where are you gonna spend most of your time?
In
that world. Fucking place where you love. So now, on top of robots doing everything for us, you have a robot doing everything in your house for you while you got a VR set on out at fucking Wyoming at Kanye's ranch.
Yeah, hope you remember to eat, shit, and breathe, motherfuckers. But anyways, Tesla get better because we got cars driving us around and shit now too. So y'all out here just making
Ain't
shit
no car
crack.
driving me around.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get it
I don't
together.
trust it.
Nah, ain't no car driving me around.
Next random topic. January 1st designated the trademark ending for Mickey and Minnie Mouse for Disney, as well as Tigger and Eeyore. So how do you guys feel about
Wait, what?
that? Yeah. So anybody can use it. The Steamboat Mickey, though, is still theirs and they own it. But every other version of Mickey Mouse is able to use, you're able to use in freedom. And I'm sure you can, they don't care if you do anything, but if you start doing like Mickey Mouse adventures that are similar to Mickey Mouse in Disneyland, they'll probably sue you. But anything else, porn, fucking killer movies, fucking
Okay.
they've done it. They do it. Shit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They definitely can. And killer movies, they already had a movie, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was a killer. So anything that's not pretty much up Disney's alley, I feel like they are able to do. But I know Disney holds a pretty good place in my heart. Goddamn, okay. Nuggets gotta come back. But I don't know. They're moving towards Figment. What is the name? The dragon, the little dragon thing.
No, I don't get that, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that don't even feel right. What?
You might as well put Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Put that nigga in the middle. Just boop, ding. You know what I'm saying?
That makes me sad.
That is very, very sad. They can pick a different character. I'm just telling Disney characters. They probably have the rights to. Come on, just bring them. Goofy? Is Goofy still there?
Just do Ratatouille.
Yeah, something Toy Story, Woody or some bullshit. But
just make the ears Ratatouille's ears instead of Mickey's. You feel me? Just like a slight variation. We went from a mouse to a rat, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse is cheating on Mickey and they had a baby, and it's like a rat to mouse
with the nigga from the hood. And that's why I came out looking like Ratatouille.
Yeah, I mean, so you gotta do something. You gotta do something. We gotta think about you need to pay us for the marketing team. Next random topic: trans women in the U.S. allowed to compete against women in boxing. Do you guys agree?
Oof, never.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. I don't know what they're thinking,
Pat, if you were to sit here and take some estrogen and shit like that, and decide to identify as some shit, and you were to try to fight my little 5'2" ass, bye.
Well, I don't think we'll be in the same weight class, but I would whoop you.
You know, not the point.
Fact.
Shut up,
Fact.
Shut up.
But
hey, fine, Johnny, me and you, we might be close.
Still fucking your shit up.
They would have to have the purse for the actual woman fight. Well, I can say actual woman, but the woman fighter got to be way bigger than the purse of the trans woman.
Yeah, not just that, your guys' reach is longer.
Yeah,
like it's based on weight class, right?
The woman gets to wear headgear. The trans
woman. Hold on. So we're allowing trans women to compete, but we're doing like a woman gets to wear extra gear when a trans woman is, or they always wear a helmet.
No, they don't.
I was about to say, you're fighting a trans woman. You got to wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet. That's crazy.
I was like, nah, bro. If they do it, they should have them wearing helmets.
It's like if I go outside and I get an argument with somebody, and I'm very much aware that was born a man, and this bitch, like, I'm gonna approach the situation differently, but I still don't feel like it's.
She got hands bigger than your face and shit.
Yeah, facts. Like if your palm is bigger than my face, we got problems.
4X gloves and shit.
Yeah, like you a whole size 10 and I'm a whole size 10 or 12 in men and I'm a 5.5 in boys. I don't feel like that shit's fair in any sense of the word.
Or maybe have the trans woman have to fight like 3 weight classes down.
But see, then no. If you do that, don't let them fight. So that's the thing, right? Like, so
men or women, one way or another. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, it's gonna take somebody getting like injured, I think, for them to like realize okay, we can't do this. But it's just like, what I want to know, what considers you a like trans woman, right? Can I just pull up and be like, hey, I'm trans woman? Or do you have to like test me for how much Yeah. Hey, here's my trans woman card.
Identification
Like,
card. Yeah.
yeah. Or
But
do they like,
even
oh,
then,
we're gonna
like,
test your estrogen levels,
but
or
even then,
like,
if you test an estrogen level, it doesn't change your body structure. It doesn't like not like your body structure, but like your bone structure. It doesn't change like how
no,
much.
exactly. Well, even are they really gonna do that though? Like to let you compete, are they gonna test your estrogen level on like, oh, yep, you passed. You're a trans woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
You
I feel
gotta be
like
That's
trans.
crazy. Well, you're a point under, so sorry, you can't compete today.
and like
Try tomorrow.
so you're pretty much if you're gonna allow, in my opinion, if you're gonna allow trans women to be fighting other women, like with like for lack of better
What so like
term, what
what
kind of
stops a
period do you
dude?
like?
Yeah, what stops a dude walking in and saying, "Hey, I'm a trans woman.
Oh yeah, they
I
can't have
want
a
to
penis.
compete." Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So like, all right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they
easy
can't
way.
have it.
Pull your pants down. I'm just
Hold
So
on,
playing.
you
no, is
have
that real though,
so, wait,
Pat?
so you
I
have
don't know. I
so
don't
you
know.
have to
Oh,
cut
okay.
it off. Okay, because I was about to say
You gotta go
I was
full.
like,
You gotta go
damn.
because
full
even then,
transition.
if a man cuts off their dick, that's not changing your like wingspan. That's
Makeup. Yeah,
not
Wing,
yeah.
changing.
wingspan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
Arms
not
get
changing.
shorter.
Yeah, because realistically, if it was even if me and you were the same height and me and you were to go by, my arms are not as long as yours, so reach is different.
Chop off the elbows.
Like all that, like no, no.
Yeah, that's
And
smart.
body type too, like men in general are built wider than women. Like it's just a whole different ballpark in that sense, where it's like if I were a female boxer and they'd be like, "You're fighting a trans woman," I'd be like, "You can kiss my ass. I ain't
Yeah.
fighting shit."
It's basically as stupid as the next topic.
Oh, what's the next topic here? Uh
Wow.
oh damn. Yeah, let's get a little political. Let's get a little political here. California, first state in the US to free healthcare for illegal immigrants. How do you guys feel about that? Smart,
Where my
not smart?
health benefits.
What?
I said where my free health benefits
Yeah.
because confused.
Charging us out the ass.
If you not
You
going,
said free health benefits?
yeah,
I
with
think
how
that's
much
what it is.
I pay in healthcare from my paychecks, unless if I am a citizen paying taxes and all that shit, and you're not going to give me free healthcare, you better kiss my ass.
You mean
I got my
cheaper
arm broke by the
healthcare?
police and lost my benefits. So
Hey,
kiss my ass.
well, so and that's the crazy part about it is like we were talking earlier. I feel like we try and cover our ass too much, right? Like in certain situations like this, I feel like they're trying to have a good look. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's the right way to go about it.
Yeah,
We're here to support immigrants, but like, so they didn't. I told my group message this analogy. That's like sneaking into somebody's bottle service, getting caught by the security guard, and him saying, "Oh, you don't have a wristband. Whatever, you can just drink all the bottles still."
Well,
Right?
I think
So
it's
like,
more like okay, you can come into this bottle service area, but you got to pay twice as much as this person paid in fees.
no, just
Bottle
pay
service.
normal. Why I gotta be free?
Yeah,
Just
like,
pay the normal
not
thing.
even
Like,
double, just pay what you're expecting us to pay. Because if you taking this shit out of my paychecks every time, my paychecks could be double what they is right now, and they're not.
I don't know if
well,
it's going
then
to
that
necessarily be
allows.
100% free. I think it's going to be accessible for free. You don't have to have like a job that gives it to you, but I think you still have fees. And the fact of like what depending on what care you get, you have to pay for it. And I think the deductible is going to be really high. So you'll probably have to pay a lot of money out of pocket. It's free for you to get it, but you still have to pay. I think
So
that's
no.
probably
All right. So I don't have a problem with that then.
yeah, because I don't think you're taking
Uh,
beds away from people that are needing it in the hospital for somebody that's not going to pay. I know hospitals are nice, but they ain't that nice. Like you
yeah,
can have this
yeah.
bed, but it's going to cost you hell of money once you leave, and we're going to know exactly who you are. You're going to sign this paffer.
But they're not really, right? So that's gonna be the hard thing is you're just gonna know a name because
Well,
there's
shit.
no way to track somebody, right? That so a citizen you could track us by our social security, our name, like stuff like that, right? But if you don't have any like documentation of you being here, you could go in and say my name is Damon Ball, and your name not be Damon Ball, and they go looking for you and won't ever be able to find you.
Well,
You
shit,
know
that's
what I'm
not. I mean, you only can do that once though, because if you try to come back and get medical care, they're gonna see your face in that name, put it
Now you
together.
just go to a different place and give them a different name.
You can't do that. You're
What do
not
you
gonna
mean?
be able.
What?
You can't.
Why
You're not
not?
gonna be able to, because there's gonna be regulations to it. You can't just go get a medical card and go anywhere. There's still gonna be regulations where it's accepted. You have health care, but you can't get everywhere to get health benefits from. You ain't gonna be able to have free benefits and walk into Kaiser and be like, oh, let me just get whatever. Oh, you're muted, John.
You're muted. Yeah.
Shit. So yeah, only a select few is probably gonna accept that shit wherever they're doing it at.
Yeah, like some place in LA, some outpatient facility
Mm-hmm.
where it's gonna be mixture of people that got regular health insurance and that free health insurance, and then the place is gonna struggle to figure out how that new health insurance is gonna work, and so slow up the whole place. And it's gonna cost the people that have it hella more money. You're gonna want to go there and get a checkup. That shit's usually $300 for somebody that got insurance, or maybe free. But if you have like some insurance that doesn't accept it or fully pay for it, you get that free insurance. I bet you cost twice as much. They're gonna bill you. They're gonna find some way to get that money.
No, because you go to, even
Actually,
with insurance. I have friends that even with insurance, they go to ER. That's $500 a visit. Fuck is y'all talking about?
I have insurance and went to the wrong facility and owe hella money.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
Like I be owing money for going to the wrong place. Like damn,
And you
I'm
gotta
done.
tell these Warriors to win a fucking game. First of all, I'm sorry.
Well,
this is
let me add my
ridiculous.
disclaimer
losing by
to
18.
this. My last disclaimer is I don't know all of the logistics and all the like laws and rules and actually what's going on. But
Let's
from a
go.
hindsight, I don't totally know if it's like the best thing.
Well, you're gonna let's go for nothing. You guys are only up by 2.
What? Oh.
Kiss my ass. It was.
oh, that game's still on. Who winning?
It was.
Warriors up too.
I said, "Let's go, stupid."
The Warriors are
Yeah.
up by 18 with like
Hey, they
8
were
minutes to go.
smacking. And
Bye.
now
And
y'all
there's
hella
1 minute
close.
left in the game. Shut up.
And there's 1 minute and we're only down by 2.
Shut your mouth.
And I was like, why are you saying the Warriors called a timeout because we made a 3 or a 2?
And over to us over. Be quiet. But anyway,
Well, that's what.
no, yeah,
that's-
given like I don't agree with like I don't agree with free healthcare for sure, because unless you're gonna be like other like in Europe and stuff like that, healthcare free, fine. Then healthcare free for everybody, do you, but don't charge the people that are actually sitting here paying taxes for that.
Right, let's get free
Don't
healthcare.
raise everybody else's.
Don't raise my taxes because the fuck, like.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get off that. I don't usually get that political. I was way too political, way too long. Next topic. This one, I'm just gonna give this information to you. 2023 is 2024 now, so I have to get my gaming folks a little something because I know they feel this one. Most stressful video games based on percentage that it raises your heart rate. This test, I don't know who did it. I guess there was some sample group that did it. But there's 5 games that took the top 5. First game, I can really relate to this. Mario Kart.
100%.
Raises your heart rate 33%. That game is so
100%.
goddamn frustrating, bruh.
I
Rainbow
get
Road.
So
Mm.
Mario Kart on my Switch with the kids be real crucial because I be having
Mario
like
Kart.
4-year-olds just pressing buttons and winning, and then I get anxiety because I'm upset that these damn kids is winning, and it doesn't make sense.
And then you play the computer or play online, be getting hit with hella different objects when you're trying to win. It's just fucked up. Anyways, number 2, FIFA, 31%.
I don't really pay for
That one, FIFA, shit, you high pressure situations. When people get close to that goal, panic, button mash. When you get close to kicking a goal, you got to kick it before somebody steals it. You know what I'm saying? That should be pressure. That should be big pressure. Tie game though, by the way. Also, number
TV hella far back.
I'm using the app where it's the official thing. It's not
update that.
That official.
You know what I'm saying? So then number 3, Call of Duty, 30%.
That's a Call of Duty.
should be
Absolutely.
ahead. Call of Duty should be
I
ahead.
thought Call of
for
Call
sure.
of Duty has I play Call of Duty too, and I don't feel like it's that stressful.
Bruh, have you ever tried to clutch up a 1v3, 1v1?
Oh my god!
She don't play Warzone.
That'll
Yeah,
take you.
I think too, and I don't feel like it'd be stressing me the way that Mario.
Really be playing then. You don't really be playing then.
No,
you gotta really get in them trenches. You gotta really
So
get in
they
them
need
trenches.
to add Call of Duty in October. because that's like 60%.
Yeah, when people first get
Because
it.
with them little scary boxes and shit,
Yup.
bro.
Yeah.
Nah, hell
Oh
no.
yeah, that one was
That,
crazy.
I didn't even
I
want
need
to.
Oh, you talking about the
Fuck Luke.
season there Halloween season?
Yeah, the
fuck
season
Luke.
Halloween
I don't
ones.
want
I
it.
need
I don't want a
that.
gun.
That one be tripping me. Okay.
They was
Okay.
coming out
That's
screaming.
like 60%.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, COD should be higher. And then Dark Souls, haven't played it yet, but heard it was a good game, coming in fourth at 28%. And then Fortnite,
Yeah,
I guess these kids don't be getting nervous. Their heart rate is perfectly fine at 27%. Fortnite be, I think kids just be drinking too much soda and they be crying and shit. That's why.
How Grand Theft Auto not on there?
I don't know. Maybe it was number 6.
What
But
the hell is
Cruising the
stressful?
streets, bro.
Yeah, you be robbing bitches. What is it necessary about
well,
Grand
shit, you can get robbed too. It's stressful out
Hey,
in the
Grand
streets.
Theft Auto.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the
actually-
regular Grand Theft Auto online.
He ain't lying because Grand Theft Auto, you lightweight just playing real life. And real
Yeah.
life stressful as fuck.
And
It's
they be trying to
stressful,
take
but
what you
not
got.
that stressful. It's not as stressful as
I'm not shit.
Hey, it's 3 seconds to go. Nuggets ball, tie game. We got the
Wait, I
ball.
think
Oh,
I'm watching
shit.
it right now. I'm looking at it, and I'm stressing as we speak.
But anyways, we're almost done here. Don't worry. So Cinema Corner, we always like to visit cinema. What?
Never mind. That switch up that movie name. It's just the first.
Mama, there goes that man. Mama, there goes that man.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker for
Something
3,
happened.
baby.
You
Joker
win
for
it?
3, baby.
To win it?
Joker for 3, baby.
Hold on, y'all had the ball.
Yeah.
To win it?
To win the game.
Shut up!
Buzzer beater.
Get out!
Let's go. You bitch ass
Yeah,
bitches.
my TV back.
Go to hell!
You
This
gonna
is
see
some
it. You gonna see it. You gonna see
I
it.
know.
You gonna see me mad at me?
Damn.
Shut up, Johnny.
Bang.
No,
Hey.
You don't hear nothing from me.
bro.
Okay,
He is
Danny,
not a real person. No.
David, you late to the game. Shut up. And Johnny, you shut up with your Laker fan ass. Y'all all be quiet.
No,
Nah, 'cause see,
Steph
look.
is looking at him like, what did
Shut
this
up.
nigga just do?
Y'all be
AG
quiet.
dropped
Ne-
30.
okay,
Y'all let
next
Aaron Gordon
subject.
score
Let's
30
go back
points,
to-
bro.
Let's go back
Bro.
to the podcast.
Y'all let
and what we
Aaron
was
Gordon
talking
score
about.
30 points?
Aaron Gordon dropped 30.
Yes,
We going back
30.
to the okay.
Bro,
Okay.
Jokic
no
is
defense.
behind the head shot is
Yeah.
way more
Yeah.
lethal than Nowitzki's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then he makes it
Jokic
all
literally
the time.
throws it from behind his. You just can't guard it.
And it's
There's
You
no-
swishes.
literally
there's no
throws
possible
it
way to-
behind his head.
It shit is nuts.
There's no possible way to guard
All
that.
Hey,
right,
you know
so
where he gets
let's
it
go
from?
back- Let's
Does he
go
play
back
soccer?
to what we
Yeah.
had, David.
Who?
Corner thrower.
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the.
Yeah, we going back to lifestyle.
My bad. We'll talk about this
Y'all
after.
can shut up.
I'm very excited. Anyway, Cinema Corner. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Purple Rain.
I think it's the color.
You mean the color purple?
Oh yes, you're right.
You talking about this?
Hey, that's why I was like, it's the color.
Wait.
That's why I was like, Pat. I read the next topic. I was like,
Hey, wait. Sorry, Chelsea. One more time. Paul, I hope you're still in this live, bro, because you saw it in real time. How I reacted to that shit that just happened. I might have spoiled it for you.
Shit.
But yeah. Anyways, color purple. Did you
All
guys
right,
see
Prince.
Hey,
Purple
Rain.
rain. Purple
purple
rain.
rain.
Bust out the dances. Go off.
Did you guys like it? Did you see it? I know you
I
guys
haven't
probably
seen it.
didn't seen it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Why did I put it on the list then? God damn. But anyways, I heard it was good. Shoot.
It looks very good.
I heard it was good. Only person that I heard
Right?
Lil Boosie walked out of it.
Oh yeah, I'm not
It-
gonna
it's-
sit through songs. I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
it.
it's a heavy musical. It looked like, and
I'm
I
not gonna
was
do it.
like,
I don't do well with the heavy musicals, especially like the remakes of all our
I
childhood
felt like
type of situations. The singing too much doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not a musical guy either.
I'm not watching it.
Wonka
so
had a
we're-
little bit too many.
I don't plan on it.
So we can move on. Sorry, people are texting in my group chat about the Nuggets game. So moving on gracefully, let's
They
talk a
won.
little bit about What If Season 2. Have you guys watched What If? I'm gonna talk a little bit about it real quick. I really enjoyed the Season 2. Watching Season 1, we reviewed every episode congruently, or in order, I should say. Episodically. It was one of those Lees. But we were able to watch everyone, review everyone. So season 2 was really big for me. I was excited to see how they follow season 1 up. You guys see my teeth? I'm shining over here. But anyways, anyways, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. What was your favorite episode? You guys see any episodes that you liked we were fond of more than others?
I've never seen.
So my favorite.
You're lame.
I haven't watched.
I
watched
two
like
favorites.
1 or 2 episodes of the first season.
Okay. What's your 2 favorite?
I'm a heavy watcher. Okay, heavy watcher.
Like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Why?
Anyways, so my first favorite episode was the episode number 7, I believe, and it is What If Hella Found the 10 Rings.
Oh yeah, Hella's like one of my favorite characters.
Oh,
What if who?
No, right? Hella.
Yeah.
Oh, they sister, right?
Yeah.
Yup. And so basically, I'm not gonna give it away too much, but I thought it was very well done. I've always liked her. I've always really liked the 10 Rings. And I liked how they kept Wenwu as part of the story and not just her like getting the 10 rings and go doing her own thing. I felt like they made a little mini movie out of it. It felt like
last 3 was actually a mini movie-ish.
Yeah.
I did like how they gave her. Did she get the 10 rings in that one, or was she just fighting alongside him the whole time?
So he had them, and she got her helmet and
Odin's sword.
Odin's like staff. Yeah.
Yeah. So she just kind of became super god, because I always liked her story because she was just kind of Odin's an asshole. Odin,
goddess of life is what they call. So basically,
instead of the goddess of death, it changed.
Yeah. So Thor is god of lightning, and now Loki is god of thunder. Now Loki is the god of stories, and she's the god of life.
Well, yeah, hopefully, I mean, if that's a way that she can bring her back, but she was originally the goddess of death, used by Odin to conquer everything and help him get his, his seat. Odin, again, and Zeus are usually the ones in mythology that are assholes and kind of self-centered and shit like that. He cast Hela to the side after conquering everything because she wanted more, obviously, and kind of gave all the pride and joy to and Mjolnir and everything like that to Thor. And she resented him for that. So this story was a good flip to her story, and they used her a couple times, her and Peggy Carter. I really liked that a lot. I liked when they had the Avengers of 1602, and I did like the last one as well when Kiori and her were fighting against I forgot who. Oh, fighting, was it Odin or who were they fighting?
Strange Supreme.
Supreme, yeah, that whole arc of Strange Supreme coming back and him fighting, yeah, that was dope. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. What If season 2 on Disney. Now we won't spoil too much of it because it is recently coming out. What If season 2. If you haven't seen season 1, you have to watch season 1 first. Disney Plus. I think both seasons are about 8 episodes. So check it out. Check it out. Quickly before we get up out of here, do you want to let the viewers know what you guys are currently watching or checking out on TV, listening to or something before we head up out of here?
Been watching that Raising Kanan.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Season 3. Yep. Check that out on Stars. What else we got? There's more stuff we can offer to people.
They did.
Me personally,
that was cold last episode.
Go check out. Yeah. Go check out Monarch. Go check out. I personally like the show Bookie on Max. Anime wise, for all my anime lovers out there, Blue Eyed Samurai on Netflix is pretty dope. 8-episode miniseries. Has like a whole bunch of like a really great and mature anime with good art, really good stories. It's pretty dope.
I've seen that Rebel Moon on Netflix.
Yeah,
Rebel Moon. I like that.
That's pretty good.
It was interesting. Visually, it was cool. Zack Snyder, his stories are always kind of blah, but his visuals and the slow motion scenes always be hella cool. Jax was in there. I'm not gonna give away what happened to him, but
yeah, I haven't finished it. Yeah, I gotta finish watching it. I started the other day. I was too late. I was tired.
I feel that. What else we got? That's all I got. The Boys season 4 coming out June 13th.
I'm excited.
That's so far.
Yeah, it's hella far, but at least we got a date. Fuck.
At least we got a date.
Gen V season 1 just came out, so people are kind of like buzzing off of that for the Boys to come out, I guess relatively soon this year.
Gen V was actually really good though too.
Yeah,
it was.
I fucks with it. But yeah, anybody got any other shows, or we can just close it right here? We can let them know where to find you at.
You can find me at the DaymoLeePov. You feel me? Oh yeah,
That was
POV is
rhyming.
where it ends. But
Yep.
yeah, there we go. Another one in the books. You know how it looks.
Over here rhyming. Let's see, Chelsea. You got any? You know where you at? Where where can they find you?
Chelsea Kiara on
Why
everything.
you-
So, you know,
Do what you do, right? And-
Chelsea Kiara on air.
all right, John. Anything you want to promote? Where can they find you?
Then me at Johnnymac650.
And me at.
Oh, go crazy.
You know, on the IG. That's all I really be on.
Oh, well, shit. I got a lot of shit. So it's your boy. You know where to find me at. It's SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. You can find me on X as well when I want to party. I'm just playing. You can find me on X under Patrick, I think Lydell as well. If you look for the podcast, YouTube, Best of Bias. If you're looking for the website, Best of Bias, just type it in and you'll find us. You see Growly up there, you know you're in the right place. As far as merch goes, you see this hat on my head. I got plenty of them. Truckers, dad hats, beanies. You see them on these guys' heads. There's plenty styles, plenty different variations, and there's plenty more to come. So hit me up. Check out the Instagram. There's people supporting their different styles everywhere. The whole world is being taken ablaze by the Best of Bias merch. It's just crazy. But yeah, like I said, 2024. It's going to be one of the biggest years for this podcast's existence. Like I said, we've been here since 2019. It's like 4 years now, almost 5, you know what I'm saying? Just bigger and better elevation every day. Again, we're trying to get these tournaments out, different content out. Not gonna only just be sports and pop culture. You want to get a cooking show, Chelsea? We got something in the works coming really soon.
You are here for the cooking show.
Hell yeah. And then because Ariel's been giving me some recipes too and stuff like that. Help y'all Best of Bias family learn how to cook. And then tournaments, we guys got to get you guys in here. Damo, I know he wanted to do like some of our collectibles kind of shows, like the pops and some shoes, and get some you know, what could we call that? I don't know. We'll get something on. We'll get something going. We'll think about something. But we also, like I said, we have that superhero show and everything else in development. We got a couple of guys that are going to be voicing their characters here. Chelsea, I'll talk to you about your character soon to be added to the group, and I'll let you a little in on what we got going. But basically, that's it. Thank you guys for being here. First episode of 2024. I think I'm going to make this a Saturday episode. Thank you guys for being here on a beautiful Saturday. Good luck with all your sports team and sports bets. Go Nuggets. Just beat those Warriors who thought they was going to
Hey, don't do too much.
by 18 in the fourth quarter. Go Bucks and shit. I don't know what the Niners shit's about, but
go off with that Niners.
Good luck for everybody in their college football playoffs, and thank you guys for being here. The Best of Bias family loves you guys.
Wolverines.
Come back anytime. But for now, that's the end of the podcast. So I'll talk to y'all later. YouTube, I didn't forget about y'all. Like, subscribe. You know, next time we do live, come here, watch it again live. So y'all get a sneak peek on what we do. But anyways, for now, it's the Best of Bias podcast where that theme song at, and we out of here. Peace. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias.